we go again. You know, yesterday was a very fun day. It was actually a very lucrative day. Even though I spent more time online than I wanted to, far more time online than I wanted to, made very good money yesterday. The metrics are in, the numbers are up, the money is up. So even though I was online far more than I wanted to be yesterday, I made very good money from it. The schooling in the morning and the obtuse Aussie in the evening. Yo, what's goody Jack? What's goody Jay? What's goody yeah yo? You know, what's goody Jay? I think the silver lining, I don't normally waste time. And I think that these guys don't understand that because, when I woke up this morning, had my coffee, breakfast, yada, 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 I go on Twitter and, there's like one guy, he's like, oh, well, would you ever do a debate on another platform? And I said that you'd have to pay me. My time is money. My time is valuable. And the time that I may be wasting talking to some mouth breather, and the time I'm wasting doing that, I know with an absolute certitude that I'd be making money if I weren't doing that. So if you want my time, you have to pay for it. Simple as. And I set the price because I'm the one that knows what my metrics are. So if you want my time, it could be anywhere in between $150 to $200 that you need to give me to get my time. You got to give me that. And that's not, oh, if, maybe, no, that's you need to give me $150 to $200 to get a moment of my time. Because unless we're acquainted and we're cool, or it's a podcast that I'm actually a fan of, like Ringside Reporter or D-Style, shout out to the Round Table, unless you're like a Boxing Beats and Rhymes or a Lady Chan or a Punch Perfect Boxing, shout out to my man Jamie Bourne, unless you're them, you're not going to get an ounce of my time. I like that. I'm a fan of their content, so I have no issue appearing on their podcast because I fuck with them. They cool, and I like the work they do. Whereas if your whole thing is coattailing my name, and I guess I don't even like using this word because I don't feel that I have any clout personally. But if you going to clout chase me on the premise that my channel is bigger than yours, or my audience is bigger than yours, or maybe more people are familiar with me than they are with you, all right, you need to pay. You need to pay. Ain't no freebies out here. Sawab, what it do? My guy Sawab, all about the bread. Braun says I look broke. Well, that's the thing about people that got money. We don't have to compensate with ostentatious jewelry and shit like that to make ourselves feel better. That's something that somebody like you would do. You the type of boo-boo the fool to drop all sorts of money so you could look a certain way. They need to make that a curriculum in schools. How to manage money. Yeah, Sawab, like these dudes buy all this garbage that doesn't mean nothing. That ain't about nothing. It's just to make you look like whatever. But I'll keep looking broke, though. I'll keep looking broke. There is a very good chance that I made more money yesterday sitting on my ass right here than you made full shift at work. There is a very good chance. Yeah, I mean? And yeah, like I woke up, and it's a lot of people, shout out to According to Boxing, he took a clip from the debate, posted it, and of course people are agreeing with it, but I think that the disconnect that a lot of these guys have is they think that people are agreeing with what I'm saying because it's me. No, they're not agreeing with what I'm saying because it's me. They're agreeing with what I'm saying because I'm making salient points. And these guys really don't know how to do that. If you think screaming and rambling or using logic that doesn't apply both ways, for the logic to be cohesive and salient, it has to apply both ways. It can't be one way for the guy you like and then another way for the other guy. It's got to stick. The logic has to stick. These guys think they know I don't know. They think they're debating. I'm just using their stupidity to make me money, to be completely honest. Dan, yeah, for real, 808. They love talking about me. Yesterday, the dude posted like, because I get a lot of DMs. I get a lot of DMs from a lot of different people. A lot of it really is intel. A lot of it is people either telling me about stories that they want me to talk about on the channel, or people that are actually telling me about things that are going on, things that are about to happen. I get a lot of DMs on Twitter, and I get them on Instagram too. And I didn't even know that dude was messaging me. I literally didn't know. I didn't know. And I saw them, and I'm like, wow, so you really like want some Stan type shit. Like, dear Ring, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. Smart people don't have to flaunt their wealth. Thank you. Thank you, Jay. Exactly. Yo, I already did a video on it, my guy. I did a video on it. The last upload I did is all about that, so go check it out, bro. I love that fight. Tony Harrison going to Australia. Yeah, I just did a video on it, Napoli. The last upload that I did before starting this live. So y'all check that out, and that's what I got. What's goody, Julio? That's my man. I want to give Julio some more airtime. Julio was one of the few people that gave Beefy his flowers. But shout out to Michael. Michael actually had the cojones to go with Beefy to win the fight. So shout out to my man Magic Mike up there in Canada, man. You know, he better than me because I really thought Chris was going to win that fight. But win some, you lose some, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's funny that you say that, Jack, because when last I spoke to them, when last I spoke to Nonito, and shout out to Nonito and Rachel, I asked them, would they be willing to go to Australia? And the reason that I asked them about that is because I know that fight could make good money in Australia. If you do it in America, the profile of the fight may not be that big, but if you do it in Australia, you could get some good money. You can knock out Jason Maloney in front of his hometown fans. That'd be real nice. Shout out to the Donaires. Cervecero, que lo que, manín? Some of the richest men in the world look broke. Only clowns need to wear expensive crap to feel valuable. Thank you, Cervecero. I think that idea that you have to wear all this different stuff to make yourself feel valuable, it comes from insecurities. Like which is why I don't buy jewelry. When I was very young, I used to buy jewelry when I was in my teens. And I grew out of that by my 20s because I realized it's a waste of money. What it costs for a piece of white gold with some diamonds on it, what it costs for a watch with some diamonds in a bezel, that's a waste of money, like legit. Like, what are you going to do with that? What is that for? So that when people look at you, you can feel like you're worth something? That's all of that comes from insecurities. Like, to me, it does. Like, I don't want to knock anybody that likes to have a nice, expensive watch. We're all different people, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I'm a very low-key person, very low-key. Before I would buy a pair of Yeezys, I would buy a pair of Chucks or a pair of Timbs or a pair of Vans or a low-key pair of Adidas. I don't like frivolities. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a very efficient person. I'm efficient by nature, and I'm not ostentatious at all. Giancarlo, que lo que, manín? Yeah, like la leyenda de the can kicker, bro. That Australian guy, man, he was a trip, man. He was fun, though. Like, I made very good money off of that. I can say that I don't want to say the number because I don't really want to give it away. But like I said, it was a very lucrative day. Even though I don't like being live that much and I don't like being online that much, at least I got to make some very good money for it. You know what I mean? So at least it wasn't time wasted. Some people buy chains to show they make money when they come from the gutter, but that's just asking for trouble. I understand the mentality. Was goody, villain? I understand the mentality. Like, I do get it that, when you can finally have nice things and afford nice things, you get them. But my thing is, when I was younger and I had, I was making nice money. When I was younger, I would buy rings and chains and watches and stuff like that. And very quickly, I realized that it's just a massive waste, that it's a waste. Like, you don't need a chain to get laid. The fuck? You don't need to watch to get some brain. The fuck? You don't need none of that shit. You could tell a couple of jokes and get fucking laid. And that's what it's all about. The power of the PUSSY. It's why guys get haircuts and try to dress fly. You could get laid without all of that. And if you can't get laid without all of that, that says a lot. Dudes be fucking over all this money for these old colorful sneakers and all that crazy stuff. I'm not knocking them because I judge not lest ye be judged. I'm not knocking nobody. I'm just telling you why I don't do it. That's all I could do. I can only tell you what I think. And if you want to know what I think, and you're here, so I'll assume that you do, I'm not a very ostentatious person. I'm low-key by nature. I'm more of a behind-the-camera guy, which is a bit of an oxymoron because I'm in front of a camera now. But many of you will remember that when I regularly started uploading content, I didn't actually do lives and I wasn't on camera at all because I actually enjoy the editing part more than being on camera. When I'm on camera, it's just because it's kind of like a cheat code almost. Kind of like a cheat code. Give me a second, everybody. Like in the very beginning, when I started uploading content regularly, I wasn't on camera at all. That really, I would say, started more at or around the time of the pandemic, I would say. At or around that time. Before that, I because I'm not really into that. And even now, I'm like, I don't like being on camera too much, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm a sucker for some J's. I ain't mad at you, villain. Like, believe me, I'm not actually judging. I can only tell people what I think and why I don't like certain stuff. That I'm not really into tattoos. I know that a lot of people like them, but for me, I just can't have something on my body that I didn't draw myself. And even if I do draw it myself, the amount of money I'd be forking over to have doodles on the side of my arm, it doesn't seem worth it to me. I'm not into Yeezys and ostentatious clothing. I'm a very low-key person, and I'm just not into that stuff. Chains, watches, I just think that's kid stuff. You know what I mean? I was goody, well. Yeah, I mean, chilling, bro. Chilling. And yeah, yo, So, like I said, yesterday got to be a very lucrative day, which was, even though I was online more than I wanted to be, it's still a very lucrative day, which is good. Everybody needs money. Do you ever watch UFC or does it not interest you? No, I don't watch UFC. I would watch Power Slap before I watch UFC. I really like Power Slap. I like watching people get the shit slapped out of them like that. It's just, wow. It's just so much fucking great. It's like fucking 8 UFC fights rolled into one. Just watching somebody get the shit slapped out of them with all that powder. Fucking beautiful, bro. Yeah, that shit was nuts, country. And yeah, yo, you know what I mean? And like I said, I saw the KO guy, he having a bad case of sour grapes. In his own mind, I don't even know if in his own mind he actually thinks he did well, in spite of the overwhelming overabundance of people telling him that he got cooked. But it's unimportant because I made my money, and that's what it's about for me. It's about money. It's not about bragging rights. Cooking you in a debate is really nothing to brag about because you're nobody to me. I didn't even know you existed before you started pursuing me. So cooking you in a debate doesn't mean anything to me. It's the money. People seem to really like those debates. Those tend to be very lucrative live streams. So I'm happy to host one on my channel where I make money. And before you call my channel an echo chamber, just realize if this is an echo chamber, well, your channel must be a closet because it's several times smaller than mine. So if this is an echo chamber, I don't know, your platform must be a shoebox. But, these guys will say anything to compensate for their, whatever. I was goody, champ. I was goody. Jay says, How does a guy claim he won a debate when he left? Well, that goes back to a lack of character, I would say. That's a lack of character. I don't expect any of these guys that come on here and get embarrassed. I don't expect any of them to ever admit that they lost or ever admit that they were wrong about anything they said, even if it's on camera and even if I prove it's wrong. They are playing a different game, or I should say, I'm playing a different game. These guys just want to be able to say, hey, I went to ring IQ. I'm not doing that. I'm just making money. I'm such a prick. Like, I don't care about any of that stuff, man. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know where he went. I think he's somewhere eating Vegemite. Traveling in a fouled-out combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange person, made me nervous, took me in and gave me breakfast. And he said, do you come from a land down under? Ego over humility, not classy. Shout out to my man Bass the Kid all the way from the UK. That live yesterday kept me entertained on my drive to Nottingham. Appreciate you, Bass. My Capricorn brother, Capricorn legend, Bass the Kid. And yeah, man, they're playing a different game, or I should say that I'm playing a different game, where they would love nothing more than to say that they shared the ring with the great Ring IQ. I'm just making money. Like, I had a dude say, would you ever go to another platform? And I told him, if you pay me. Because I know with an absolute certitude, the time that I'm dedicating, the time that I'm wasting on you, for example, the time that I'm wasting, I could be making money on my own platform. So if you want my time, you have to pay. And it's non-refundable. The money I'd be making is non-refundable, isn't it? If I stay on my platform and upload content and create content, I'm going to make money from it. So if you want me to step away from that for something that you want, you have to pay me. The Cash App is in the ticker. You know? What it do, WCS? For real. Shout out to 808. Like I said, their mentality is different than mine. They just want to be able to say, yeah, I was in there with Ring IQ. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. And you can think, you can think what you like. As long as I make my money, you can think what you like. It just so happens most people think I won, though. You know what I mean? And yeah, yo. On his knees from the land down, for real, yo, that dude, that Mirage dude was a lunatic, bro. Shout out to Mirage. And I think that David Benavidez has the longest cock I've ever seen. I think that David has the longest cock this side of the equator. And bro, you can't be super critical of Canelo and be that high on David Benavidez. And that's where you stop making salient points, That's where you stop making when you get to the point where you're trashing Triple G but talking up David Lemieux, that's where you lost. That's where you're going to lose everybody, actually. I just think that David Benavidez, he's got really big nipples, and I would like to see those nipples. Fucking weirdo. That dude is just a weird dude, man. That dude was just a very strange, very obtuse individual. And if not for the frequency of super chats that kept rolling in, which is why I kept it going, like, well, why would I shut it down now if all these super chats are rolling in? I just kept it going because I kept seeing super chats rolling in. So I was like, oh, well, fuck it. Why not? Just keep going. But yeah, yo, shit is crazy, man. They just want to be able to say that they got one over. They never get one over, though. every single guy that's come on here, the guy before last, the guy that had like the overall suit, that he was like in a car, I forgot his name, man. That guy, he got cooked so bad, he actually requested that I take the video down. He got cooked so bad. It's like, bruh, stay in your lane. If you don't want to get cooked, stay in your lane. Be where you are. Don't enter the Thunderdome. This is the Thunderdome. You know what I mean? I can't stand David. I hope Plant whoops him. Yo, you know, I'm not invested in either of their careers, so I don't really give two shits how it goes, to be real. But yeah, that would be funny for the hype that he receives for pouncing on overmatched opponents. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, you're so high on him pouncing on what are no-hopers, journeymen, and it's like, bruh, the speed, the footwork, like, bruh, guys are nuts, man. But you know, they just want to be able to say that I talked to them once. Then they'll go back and tell their friends, yeah, I debated Ring IQ and I won. The world don't think that, but you can. As long as I make my money. Who cares? You know what I mean? First thing the dude did was run back to another platform. I cooked him. And every time he posted something, because I kept seeing it, it was just people in the comments telling him like, nah, fam, you got bodied.
Hey, Jules, how's it going?
Man,
man.
That dude yesterday was in some serious denial about everything, man. And
Denial, delusion of David Benavidez.
The other thing that I didn't like is that he was rude to Leo. He didn't have to be rude to Leo.
Oh, that was fucked up. That was fucked up. That was real fucked up.
Yeah.
And that kind of gave it away to me that this guy's kind of a troll, that he was basically like trolling. And troll away, I'm making money. I don't know what you're doing with these 5 hours of your life, but I was making money. I hope you did something, you know, because shit.
And then that other guy, man, he couldn't. He had kept insisting that he like cooked you on Twitter. And it was just so laughable because
Who was laughing? Who mic is that? Y'all gotta chill with these crusty ass mics, man.
I'm good. Ain't me.
It's not mine.
I was muted.
Yeah. But yeah, yo, what's goody, Danny? What it do? Shout out to my man Danny Garcia, not to be confused with Danny Swift.
DSG.
Yeah. For real,
but,
yo.
Yeah, I was listening to the whole debate, and that dude was like, "Oh my god," like nauseating. Let me tell you this, bro. If somebody with somebody with 5, 6, or 7 losses is a bad fighter or whatever, then tell me, why did Glenn Johnson back in the day in 2004 with 9 losses in his career at the time was 2004 Fighter of the Year?
Well, I mean, like, it's, let's say this. If you're talking about Mirage, and it sounds like you are, that guy's logic is illogical. You just spent an hour talking up David Lemieux, and you turned around an hour later and tried to shit on Joe Smith Jr. Like, are you fucking kidding me, bro?
I mean, it's
David Lemieux wouldn't make it out of the third. I don't think he'd make it out of the second round, to be honest, with a Joe Smith Jr., bro.
Nah.
Being real.
The problem was that dude was swinging from Benavidez man cheese, man.
That's it. I mean, he was in love with David. That's the only reason he was saying that.
There were moments where I couldn't tell if he was trolling. Like, are you trolling or are you serious?
And then he's sitting there. Oh, y'all are you guys are just a bunch of haters. No, we don't hate Benavidez, but we're not impressed with him. You know,
that guy. I see that a lot of times. This guy is not a Benavidez fan. He's a Canelo hater. The only reason he root for that guy is because Canelo hasn't fought him yet.
Yeah.
Let's exchange Benavidez for Billy Joe Saunders. Let's say Canelo never fought Billy Joe Saunders. He will be saying the same exact shit
Exactly, because that's what they tried to do with Caleb in that pocket of time. Remember that initially he went to Caleb, and in that pocket of, between the time he first approached Caleb to the right leading up to the fight, there were people that were actually trying to say that, oh, he swerved Caleb because he didn't go to the PBC straight away. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, that quickly died because that lasted all of maybe, let's say, 10, 11 months. But I saw people saying that, oh, he ducking Caleb by fighting Callum Smith. He ducking Caleb. And then when he landed on Billy, oh, he ducking. Like, really, fam? You think he's ducking Caleb Plant?
Now, let me guess. Those are the same people that when he eventually went to the PBC and knocked Caleb's ass out. Oh, yeah, Caleb ain't shit now.
That's the funny shit. Leonard Ellaby picked. I remember Leonard Ellaby picked Caleb Plant to beat him. I remember that.
You know what? And the funny thing was, there was other Australian guys in the chat, like dropping comments asking him not to stop because he was embarrassing them. He was embarrassing Australia.
Well, he's an embarrassment. He's an embarrassment to his people. I'm just trying to make some money. Shit.
Of all the hills you can choose to die on, why Benavidez? Like, I could see that from a Tank fan. I could see that from a Spence fan. But Benavidez, that just blew my mind last night when I was listening to it. I was like, of all the people you can choose, you're choosing to die on this hill.
Benavidez. That's the other shit that it's like, if you was talking to me about like, and you know what's the weird thing? The guys that are actually accomplished, like irrespective of the polarizing fighters like Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence and Tyson Fury to a degree, irrespective of the polarizing guys, there are very accomplished fighters out there like Artur Beterbiev, and they don't have those lunatics. He knew he doesn't even have those lunatics, and that dude is like the dude right now. And he doesn't have those lunatics. It's always these guys that haven't done shit. They have these fucking
and that people that all these fanboys are so high on for some reason.
For real, like, and they're really lunatics over these guys. Man.
I'm gonna be specific though. It's today's rap culture. I'm just gonna say. Just gonna say.
I don't think it's the rap culture with Mirage. I just think that dude's brain, maybe his brain is backwards.
Outside of him.
Nah, because there's other guys just like him, and I think that in his skull, his brain is probably like literally backwards. Like the front part is in the back, and the back part is in it. Because I'm like, yo, how you sit here for 2 hours talking about some Lemieux is this and that, and turn around and shit on Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, who beat Lemieux, Golovkin, who it's like, bro, like this shit is just some nonsensical dumb shit. And if not for the money I was making, I wouldn't even bother talking to that motherfucker.
Yeah.
The fuck am I gonna get out of talking to your dumb ass?
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully he doesn't come back. He's not gonna pay him his money.
He said himself, if Benavidez loses that fight, he said he's going to disappear.
Exactly.
He said,
and then he was talking about if Chaim didn't pay him, he was going to have the boys come collect. Shit. It was like, I don't know if you guys caught that, but I did. I was just like, whatever, dude. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, but I think the debate was funnier because that had a long-lasting effect. Like, the dude, literally the next day, he was like, I guess he would go to the comments, right? This is what I think he was doing. He would go to the comments of people saying he got cooked. Then he would go in the search bar to see if they like Terrence Crawford. And he did this like 8 or 9 times or some crazy shit. Like, oh, well, you're just a Crawford fan. And that's why, bro, you lost, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
lost, bro. Like,
I'm sorry. Dumb motherfucker, you know? That's why your ass got clowned on the channel for so long. But you know what? The one thing I will give him credit for, even though he doesn't deserve credit for much, is his freaking stubbornness. That dude, I mean, yeah, you're right. He might have been trolling, he might not, but that
he was relentless.
Hey, ring IQ.
Go ahead.
So you said that before that in order for, if you want to fight Canelo, you need to fight somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't fighting Caleb Plant, basically, that's fighting somebody, is it not?
Yeah.
And if he beats the shit, let's say he beats Caleb Plant in a more impressive fashion than Canelo did. You said yesterday that it doesn't matter because Canelo got to him first. But you can't pretend like there wouldn't be a demand out there to see that fight if that does happen.
I think there would be a demand to see that fight. I acknowledge that there is a demand to see the fight, but that's not the only demand. I can apply that same logic to Demetrius Andre. You would agree that there is some demand to see him fight Andre, right? You would also
on
agree.
the lower pole, lower totem
I know,
pole.
but let's run down the list because there seems to be a demand for Canelo to fight everybody, even better beef.
Yes, like it comes with the territory when you're pound for pound the face of boxing.
Well, that's the point. You telling me that there's a demand for Benavidez, which I acknowledge there is a demand for that fight. It's not that there isn't, but there's pretty much a demand for every Canelo fight because he's in demand, not them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But
And
if
I
he
think
destroys Caleb Plant, I would argue he'd be the hottest. Like and for
and I would
as far as
and I would disagree because all you're doing is reheating Canelo's dinner, basically. You're about 3 years too. You're not 3 years too late. It's not too late. It's one loss. It's not the end of the world. It's not even that it's not a good win. If I'm going to be objective, it would be a good win if he goes in there and does it good, and he better because of his reputation. He's got to do it good because of the reputation he's amassed for pouncing on overmatched opponents. But I can't sit here and tell you that knocking out Caleb again is better than thoroughly outclassing Zurdo Ramirez. I can't tell you that. I don't actually believe that.
No,
You're just
Canelo
over a guy that already got
you
knocked
think
out.
Zurdo is a better fighter than Benavidez?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
I do.
And Canelo fighting.
Don't answer the question for me, please. Let me answer the questions that I'm asked. The reason that I think that Zurdo is actually a better fighter than David Benavidez is because he fought an unbeaten Porky Medina, whereas David fought a journeyman Medina many years after Zurdo gave him his first loss. Zurdo actually decisioned the Vlasov that we all know beat Joe Smith Jr. Like everybody, if you're going to be honest, Vlasov beat Joe Smith Jr.
Yeah.
They gave Joe the decision. And years before Vlasov fought Joe, Zurdo fought him. I think it was a light heavyweight too, because most people don't realize that Zurdo went to light heavyweight before he even became a super middleweight champion, and he actually decisioned Vlasov. No controversy. And these two guys, while they're not great, those two guys, they're not. It's not like beating Porky Medina is great. It's just better than what you've been doing. What have you been doing?
Yeah, but wait, Ring IQ, you're smarter than that. You know that there's two types of guys that are talented but don't have great resumes. There's the guys who are being protected, and then there's guys who are actually, being avoided.
So what would you call it? So what would you call it when Samson Lukowicz had the opportunity to make the Caleb Plant fight and chose to delay it? Is that not being protected?
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No.
And what would you call it? What would you call it? I understand that there are politics. If I'm going to be objective, I'm not going to be obtuse. I know that there were champions, even though David's been there through 2 cycles of champions. I know that, at least 2 of them weren't PBC fighters, at least 2 of them. But 3 of them were, actually. James DeGale was a PBC fighter. He was. Badu was a PBC fighter. Jose Uzcategui was a PBC fighter. And I'm talking about when he was a champion, when he actually had a belt. He's a PBC fighter. Caleb was a PBC fighter. He had a belt. And I'm just looking at that, and I'm like, well, how could you have been at this weight that you're still at for this number of years? I've literally watched fighters accomplish more than you in less time than it's taking you to fight one solid fighter. I watched Shakur become a 2-division champion. I watched him do that.
But wait a minute. Look at Shakur. Let's compare Shakur and Virgil Ortiz, for example.
Bro, I'm not done. I'm not comparing Shakur to Virgil. You're meandering to make. I don't even know what Virgil has to do with David Benavidez. David Benavidez.
It's a perfect example.
No, it's not a perfect example because nobody heralds Virgil Ortiz as the Mexican monster. Nobody's doing that. Virgil Ortiz's fans, which is funny. Virgil Ortiz's fans don't blow him out of proportion, even though he's proven quite a bit so far in just 19 fights, and he's a very young fighter, but they never blow him out of proportion. They never do. I never see Virgil Ortiz fans doing all the crazy shit that I see Benavidez fans doing. And put simply, all you're going to try to tell me is why you specifically rationalize David being A, B, C, and D without proving it. That's all you're going to do. You're going to make me think, I know that he hasn't fought anybody, and I know that he has a paper-thin resume, but I still think, well, you can think that. You can.
Why is Shakur a 2-division champ and Virgil Ortiz yet to win a title?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Politics.
So you're saying politics are what prevented David from fighting his own stablemates on the same platform that they're on?
I mean, it's a lot easier for Canelo to get those fights than David
I
is.
didn't say anything about Canelo. I said Canelo wasn't even at super middleweight when James DeGale.
No, you guys say things like, "Why didn't he fight Callum Smith? Why didn't he fight Billy Joe?" Like you act like he can just make those fights just like that.
I just took all those champions out. Did you not hear me? I just said I know that there were champions that weren't on David's side of the street. So even if I take them out, James DeGale was a champion. Jose Uzcategui was a champion. Badu Jack was a champion. Caleb Plant was a champion. And they weren't off somewhere else. They were right there with you. And you didn't fight them either. And you're just now getting around to fighting Caleb Plant, what, 3, close to 4 years later, after he's been knocked out, when you could have got an unbeaten Caleb Plant that was a champion, and your promoter is on. I don't care how obtuse you want to be about it. These are facts that I'm saying.
But
Your promoter is on camera deliberately delaying a fight that you could have had before Canelo even set foot in the super middleweight division. So when you don't give me what I want as a consumer, I don't owe you understanding.
Why are we pretending like Caleb Plant just became trash overnight just because he lost to Canelo once?
Did I say he was trash?
But you're basically saying you're not going to give him any credit if he beats him.
I said Canelo knocked him out first. Where's the lie?
Okay, but that doesn't mean that it's not a good win on your resume if you beat him as well.
It was a bad one. I just said it's not
to me like you just don't want to. You just don't want Canelo to fight Benavidez, and it's just that. That's what it is.
I said it's not better than beating Zerto and giving him his first loss.
Hold on, wait a minute. What's your name? Sir?
That's Dirk. You remember the guy from before?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, he was here before.
He thought he was. He thought he was. I know. He thought he was slick.
He's another Benavidez fan. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
and he's
okay.
and what he wants to do.
You see my name.
What he wants to do is he wants to spend the next hour rationalizing why his paper thin resume is supposed to impress me again.
Yeah.
Like he did before.
He has two red marks for you. He's a PBC, so
it didn't
automatically you don't want to get that opportunity.
It's not just because he's a PBC fighter. I like Jermell Charlo. He's a PBC fighter.
Would you like him to fight? Would you be okay with him fighting Canelo?
Jermell,
does he need to?
I don't think that would be a fair matchup for Jermell, but if they did it, I'd watch it.
Too small.
It's too small. It's not
he's too small. 6'1". He's probably bigger than Canelo.
It's not even that he's too small. It's just that it's too big a weight jump at once. Like I want to see a good, even contest, and I don't think it would be fair, especially under these circumstances. Remember that Jermell only fought once last year. He didn't keep busy. If you were to fight Canelo, that would presumably be at 168. And I don't think it's fair to have Jermell go all the way up to 168 when he's been fighting
154.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he's injured. And he's injured right now.
Doesn't make sense.
See, now we don't really hate David Benavidez. It's not about hating him, man. But the dude just hasn't stepped up.
He hasn't fought shit.
I hate his fans more than I hate David.
And he needs to step up more and fight.
Just show me something.
He hasn't fought shit. If he fought worthy opposition, we'd be high on him.
Now,
I mean, that's fair.
Everybody chill. Let me shout out to my man Timothy Gallegos and shout out to my man Martin Munoz for the Cash App donations. I appreciate you. You didn't have to, but you did, and I appreciate it. Y'all keep going.
See, we'll give David more credit when he steps up and starts fighting more upper echelon or more elite fighters. But
the funny thing is that when it comes to David, a lot of guys act like it's hate, and it's not hate. I'm literally not asking David to do anything that I wouldn't ask any other fighter to do. Case in point, I wanted Devin Haney to go to Australia and whoop George's ass because I felt
he did not once but twice,
and he did. No fuss, no muss. Get the job done. You can win that fight, and I wanted Devin.
All odds were against him, bro. All the fucking odds were against him, and he ended up. Nobody picked Haney to win except
me. And he still took the bad deal in
Go
order
George.
to get his gun.
Exactly. And I wanted Devin. To fight Vasyl Lomachenko. Who's he fighting, country?
Vasyl Lomachenko. That's coming up.
Yeah.
So
So David, who's older than Devin, bear in mind this guy's literally older than Devin. Devin is what, 24, undisputed champion already, right? David, I think, is what, 26 around there, right? And what's even worse with David is, well, you're actually a fuck up. You know, you sniffed your coke and lost your belt the first time, then you blew the weight the second time, and I'm supposed to throw a pity party because you haven't fought anybody yet? Well, I'm sorry. You're literally on the same side of the street as a bunch of other super middleweights. If Al Heyman and Samson Lukowicz and Tom Brown and all these people that are on the same side of the street, if they can't work it out, those are you problems. That's not my problem. You have it. Devin Haney literally changed promoters to get fights. He could have stayed over there with Eddie. He chose not to.
He took a pay cut
because we're openly vocal about in talking about David Benavidez. People think they automatically translate it to hate instead of listening to what it is that we say, and they think that we just agree with Jules just because he's saying it.
Oh,
no,
you guys are forgetting something. You guys are forgetting something about Devin Haney. He almost didn't get that opportunity with Kambosos. Kambosos is planning on fighting Loma until the war popped off.
But did he fight? Did he fight Loma?
Okay, almost. That's
obviously.
Not. That's
obviously he didn't. But
that's a moot point.
One at a time, fellas. Like, y'all jumping on the guy. One, it doesn't matter if Loma got it first because Devin still did what he had to do. He's the focal point, not whether or not Loma got it first. The focal point is that Devin Haney could have made the move that David did and stayed where he was. He did the opposite. He changed his decorum because he knew, hey, I got a better chance of getting this fight if I go over here. Now, you still over there with them same people that you've been complaining about because David himself is on camera 2 times complaining about the matchmaking over there. Once, the first time I saw it was at the Chris Arreola versus Andy Ruiz fight at the Punch Bowl. He was complaining that these fucking dudes is A, B, C, and D, and they don't want to fight him. Cool, awesome. Then it was another fight, looked like they were in a parking lot a couple of months later, still complaining, saying, yo, we look stupid that we all on the same side of the street and we not fighting. Those is his words. So if that's how you feel, why the fuck did you sign to them again then? If that's
exactly.
I mean, but you think it's the promotion stopping the fights? Because I feel like if 2 fighters really want to fight each other, it can happen.
If it's not that I think the promotion is stopping the fight, it's that I know the promotion is stopping the fight. How do I know that? Samson Lukowicz in 2019 is on camera saying, no, we're not going to do that fight now. We want to wait. We want 2 title defenses. We want to build it up. It's not a matter of thinking or believing. I saw it. You probably saw it. I know everybody on this panel saw it.
Yep.
The only thing I've ever seen him say that was iffy was he needed a certain amount of money to fight Boo Boo Andrade.
Well, I can't be faulted for what you do or don't see. I'm pretty sure anybody on this panel can tell you they saw that interview.
We saw the video, Jules. We all did.
Yeah, we all did. Yeah, I did. I certainly did.
Like at the end of the day, I'm a consumer. I'm a customer. I'm not a public spokesperson. I'm not here to apologize for David. You haven't fought shit. Younger fighters than you are getting it done. And you still haven't fought shit. And if I'm supposed to be over the moon that you're finally fighting Caleb, I'm not.
Because guess what? Canelo did it first, and you had the chance to do it before Canelo did, but you didn't.
Because it's 3 years too late. That's why.
The funniest thing was in 2019, I said this would happen. You can go back to those videos. I tell you no lies. I said David is an idiot. If you would have took care of this fucking John B. looking guy, you would have had 2 belts. And Canelo got to see you. You got 2 belts. If you unify titles before he comes down, because remember what was going on in 2019, he goes up there, he fights Sergey, knocks him out. All of us knew that he wasn't going to stay up there. That bro, he's going to drop that WBO as soon as he wins it. He's going to drop it, and he's going to go to super middleweight because he's done it middleweight. I'm pretty sure you guys knew that, but I said it then.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah, we know.
Needs to fight Caleb now, regardless of why. You need to fight him now. Get them 2 straps so that when Canelo come down, he got to see you. Now,
alternatively, David could go up to 175 and grab a belt. I wonder why he hasn't done that.
I don't know.
Could have fought Artur, but didn't want that.
It's easier to do fight hype interviews and ES News interviews talking about Canelo than go up there and fight the big dogs.
He wouldn't have been able to take Better B's punches. Joe Smith couldn't even take them, man. He get demolished. I'm sorry.
I agree with you, Country.
That's a fucking monster.
Yeah, He could have fought Archer if he were to sign with Top Rank, but he didn't. So
no, and that's the other thing. They offered him the WBC, in 2020 when he blew the weight. They offered him a #1 spot at 175, and they made the decision that no, we're going to stay at super middleweight. So it's like, bro, you don't want to fight anybody, bro. I don't give a shit what the fuck you be saying in interviews. I don't care who argues on your behalf. Your resume is your resume. When a 24-year-old kid can do what Devin did, you don't have no excuses. When the cash cow of boxing could fight 4 times in 1 year and 2 times the next, while you fighting once a year, you don't have no fucking excuse.
Right.
Resume suck.
Did David turn down Super Series invite?
Did he turn it down? I don't think he was invited. Because it wasn't by invitation. It was fighters enrolling. It wasn't by invitation. It was the fighters that want to fight. They go. Like, remember, the WBC had ordered Regis Prograis versus Jose Ramirez. The talks went nowhere, so Regis enrolled into the series.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my point. So if you complain that you can't get fights, Super Series, you ain't got a choice. These people got to fight you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Another thing that's a pattern though too is with what David is doing. There are other fighters in different weight classes that are doing the same shit. They're fighting once a year, not really fighting anybody, just doing this and that and dicking around. And we're critical of them too. Yeah, that's
the funny shit. Yeah, like it's not just David. I'm critical of any fighter that's on that schedule because if the cash cow of boxing can fight 2, 3, 4 times a year. Remember, the year before last, that dude fought 4 fucking times. The following year, he fought 2 times. You got guys that don't have nowhere near the same marquee value. They fighting once, and when they do fight, it's not even against anybody good. Like for me, there's no real reason. There's no real reason we should exactly Mungi. Like he's fucking terrible.
I mean, look at Spence and Thurman. Thurman hasn't fought in what 2 years or so.
Exactly. Like that's
why is he even fighting?
And bear in mind that if you're a welterweight and you're with the PBC, it's not like you don't have access to fights. You have access to a lot of different fighters. If you a PBC welterweight, you have the access that Virgil don't have, that Crawford don't have, that any other fighter that ain't a PBC fighter, you have that access. So for Keith Thurman to spend the subsequent 2 years after the Pacquiao fight not doing shit, there's no excuses for that. And then, okay, fine. Let's just say whatever, right? Fuck the last 2 years. Okay, Bung, you come back. You fight Mario Barrios. I'm not even cool with that fight because that was an old dick and a booty ass fight. Fine, whatever. You've been out 2 years. You need a fourth touch. Fine. That's the only fight you're going to have the whole year? That's it? And remember, that was February, I think it was, of last year. That was the beginning of last year.
It's been a year. It's been another year.
Now to further illustrate the point, fighters like Jermell Charlo, Stephen Fulton, because he's going over to Japan to go fight a Nui. Devin Haney going over to Australia. Those are fighters we respect because they're actually putting in the work.
Exactly. It's not complicated.
Yeah. Like my whole thing with like David Benavidez fan is that they think he's just entitled to fight Canelo because they bought into the hype. There's no evidence. Like there's nothing they can actually say that'll like prove that that he actually like earned that fight other than, hey, we bought into all the bullshit that the PBC has put into.
Here's the funny thing that most Benavidez fans what most Benavidez fans that come to this channel don't realize. I would prefer the Canelo fight Benavidez than Bivol because I believe that Bivol will beat him again. 68.
David's a more winnable fight.
If Canelo was smart, he'd stay the hell away from Bivol, man.
If it's me and I got to pick and choose who he fights, I would put him against all these hollow earth ass resumes like Demetrius. Like, bro, you just got knocked down by Desmond Nicholson. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
See, but that's what's gonna happen though. He beats Benavidez, and then he's ducking Andrews.
You know how bad it gotta be that Berlanga dropped that man 3-4 times, and that man dropped you.
Oh God!
2 years after Berlanga dropped the motherfucker.
I mean, if anything, Berlanga should have tenderized the dude for you.
You know what I'm saying, if it's me, if I'm Eddie Reynoso and I'm Eddie Hearn. I'm like, man, we about to make this Andre fight because
I'd have been looking at that and licking my lips.
You old hollow earth ass, and if in no particular order. If it's me, I'm the matchmaker. Give me lame ass Charlo, and let him get his little tune-up fight, because you gonna lose, bro. You do. The funniest shit about all of this is I would pick Canelo to beat all three of them dudes, because y'all regular.
That's
y'all
a 50-50 fight.
Y'all ain't doing, maybe to you, I ain't doing nothing to me. Who the fuck you beat, David? I said this yesterday. Boxing is the only sport where guys that think you some shit without you proving it. Any other sport, you got to prove it in the NBA, the NHL, the NFL, the MLB, any other sport, competitive swimming. You got to get out there and do it before you the man. Boxing is the only sport. Yeah. Boxing is the only sport where you really ain't got to do shit and motherfucker really going to think you it. And all it take is for that one fight for people to find out, no, you was never it. You just
to be fair to Jamal, unlike his brother Jermell, all of Jermell's potential opponents who were champions were with PBC. That was not the case with Jamal. What's his name? Triple G was with Matchroom, I believe. Murata, I believe, is also with Matchroom.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot who the other champion at
Demetrius
that time.
at the time.
Murata was.
I have a question. I just have a question. Correct me if I'm wrong. Leo Santa Cruz is a PBC fighter, right? Gary Russell is a PBC fighter, right?
Correct.
Did Leo fight Gary?
Well, Leo was ducking him, so like we knew that.
But you just made my point for me. Just because you're on the same side of the street, don't guarantee a fight. So even though all those champions like Jason Rosario and Castaño, I get what you're saying that, well, there were less politics involved, so Jermell was able to fight the fights. But even still, there are fighters like Leo that won't fight the fights. There's fighters like Jarrett Hurd.
That doesn't make sense in this equation because Jamal wanted that fight with Triple G. He was older.
You wanted to fight Jason Wellborn instead of Jermell. You wanted that. So just because the guys are on the same side of the street don't even guarantee they're going to fight. So I'm not going to belittle this guy's undisputed run saying, oh, well, there were less politics. Still, it's guys that'll be on the same side of the street as another guy won't want to fight him. Unbeknownst to most, Steve Kim told me plenty of times that the Edgar Berlanga kid is coming out now because Jesse's saying it, but Steve told me plenty of times, Top Rank is annoyed with this Edgar kid. They want to make this Jesse Hart fight. Jesse and Edgar is on the same side of the street, damn near. But you couldn't make Edgar fight that man. You couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Edgar and Christian Mobili, the Eye of the Tiger management kid from Canada.
Oh, man.
They on the same side of the street.
Mobili
would destroy him.
That dude
would murder Berlanga.
That's career suicide for Berlanga.
See, I can't talk shit about Edgar because I duck him too.
Bro, and that's what I'm saying. That just, I think Edgar is a more brazen example of how you can be on the same side of the street as some fighters, but it really don't guarantee that, you're going to get a fight out of it. So I still give Jermell his props. So when it comes to Jamal, I defer you to Devin Haney. Devin, the fights that he needed and the fights that he wanted were not on Matchroom. So he did what he had to do.
Maybe he could have got Murata, that's Jamal, that is. But I don't think Triple G was ever interested in fighting Jamal because he was waiting for that Canelo retirement check.
Perhaps, but my thing is, okay, and I actually said this about Murata. If you're willing to travel, you should. Because this fucking dude is like Julio Iglesias over there in Japan, man. The numbers this guy does is just, I didn't even know it was possible for a boxing match to still do numbers like that. 10 million. If I saw the reports from out of Japan about the Blandamura fight, the fucking Stephen Butler fight, the rematch with Rob Brandt, the numbers was like some old crazy shit, like Prime Seinfeld on Thursday numbers. Like, bro, how many millions of people? And it's ridiculous, the numbers, like 30 million.
Damn.
Blandamura, 30 million. Like, you need to go over there, Jamal, because let's be honest, you don't rock like that out here. That kid is worth a lot of fucking money over there. So if you like your chances, get over there and get busy. What are you waiting?
Also, Jill, y'all remember when? Well, I'm sure y'all know this, but do you, Dirk Wright? Do you remember when? Do you recall how Demetrius was offered? I'm sorry, Jamal was offered $7 million by Eddie Hearn to fight Demetrius on his own.
Oh yeah, they have issues with Andrade because he turned down a male fight early in his career, like the last
But I'm not
second.
talking about then. I'm talking about when they were at middleweight. He was
Yeah,
offered.
yeah, I know.
Jamal was offered,
Because of that, that's why they never fought him.
Well,
No,
I'll tell you what, Dirk. This is the thing. It's not that they don't have issues because that is what they like to say. They like to bring up that, well, you ducked Mel at 54. That's what they like to say. But my thing is, your career is not better for having not had that fight. We see how it panned out. Like, we see how the decisions you made panned out, and it didn't work out. What's going on with your career now? Where are you even? Maciej Julietsky talking about, yeah, I'm ready to move on, bro. This Charlo dude, did y'all see the shit that got tweeted earlier?
No, I haven't.
This guy, he's saying, yo, I'm ready to move on. I don't know what's going on with Charlo and this injury, yada, yada, yada. And yeah, I mean, it's like, bro, and that the fact that Maciej Julietsky, bro, really? That's the best they could do?
How long has Jamal been out the ring now? How long has he been out the ring?
I don't even know. It's going on 2 years, bro. Like, we're actually close to 2 years.
That guy's been out for a long
we
time.
discussed this.
2021.
We discussed this before. The thing about Germán Charlo and why it's so difficult to even defend the guy is because you're being in the middleweight division as a champion for how many years, and you are not defended the title against a mandatory. Never. All those defenses are involuntary defenses, and you can see it because most of those guys are moving up.
Yeah, Brandon Adams, a junior middleweight. Dennis Hogan, a junior middleweight. Centennial was a voluntary. Fucking this guy, this Mexican guy. What's his name? Montiel. He was a fucking voluntary. And what's worse is, wow, you got a really great fight that you could make with that.
And I think Korobov was a last-minute replacement, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was a last-minute replacement for Willie Monroe, who tested positive for a banned substance. So they swapped him out because Matt Vey was already going to be on a card. So they said, "Yo, can you make middleweight?" He made middleweight, yada yada yada. But
he almost beat him.
He's been at middleweight since 2017, fellas.
Yeah. He has his resume at 160. What happened to that fight? His resume at 160.
That's what happened to that fight. Is that it?
Yeah, Munguia. Oh, okay.
Munguia ducked. Is that it? But okay, you've been at middleweight since 2017. So when we look back, what we gonna say? That Munguia ducked. But what about the Andrade fight? That was a dude that was willing to fight you. See, what happened to you is you thought you had the luxury of choice. You thought that. The world said, no, you don't. You should have fought Andrade. That was probably the best fight you could have had. You beat this
Carlos Adames.
You beat. I'm not against Carlos Adames, bro. I'm not, but neither is Carlos Adames. He was at the WBC convention, the last one, petitioning the WBC to enforce the mandatory, and they said no.
Yep.
I don't know why. I don't even understand why. Because I remember they said Charlo. Shout out to the boxing voice and Nestor Gibbs, who was actually at the convention. I watched their coverage of it. And I remember them saying that, yo, Charlo don't even have a representative over here right now. He's not even, nobody's here representing him. And I'm thinking, well, if ain't nobody representing him, why is the WBC saying no to Carlos? That don't make sense. They should order that fight. That should be the next fight. That's a good fight they could make. I want to see that.
Yeah.
I'm going to order it. Like, I don't the fuck. And when your career end up like that, bro, listen, I'm a customer first. I am not here to feel sorry for you, bro. I am here to watch fights that I want to see.
Stop making excuses for these grown men. Like a win against Andrade would be his best win at middleweight, aside from Sergey.
Easy.
Carlos Adames turning out to be a bad motherfucker. Like
matter of fact, I pick Adames to beat Maul. I do.
Ooh.
Right now,
50-50. But absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he beat Maul.
You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is, you brought up Munguia. Don't act like I don't got smoke for fucking Munguia. Like, you fucking ridiculous, bro. You listen, boxing fans around the world don't agree on shit. They literally don't agree on nothing. But if they agree on one thing, every boxing fan in Australia, in Japan, in Europe, in America, if they don't agree on nothing else, say no. This motherfucker's the most protected fighter, if not one of the most protected fighters in boxing. Literally, bro. Where the fuck do they even find the people that you be fighting, bro? Outside of Aldi? Walmart? Like, who are these people? The last dude that he fought, where the fuck they found him at?
Outside of Home Depot?
Probably. Fuck are these people? it gotta be bad that all the boxing fans is willing to agree that you ain't fighting shit. That's terrible. Because boxing fans don't agree on shit. But
Yeah, you just give
all
David a pass.
for real.
I
think David's in a little bit different situation than Munguia, but you know
making
what?
excuses. Can't make excuses for David, unfortunately.
Well,
bro, I mean,
I
dude, he's
think
a
the only
fact. He's not
comparison
fighting nobody,
is
and he has
David
the
is not
opportunity to.
He's
I mean,
not
even
asking
Darrell is
for-
better than anybody Munguia's fought. Come on now, that's not fair.
Well, look, at least Munguia fought Liam Smith too, so I mean,
well,
there's always a kernel in the turd.
I guess. But he also went to war with that journeyman. What's his name? The Puerto Rican dude from New York or Philly.
You talking about Rosado?
Rosado.
Oh, Gabe Rosado. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all right, man. Gabe give a lot of people work. That's okay.
Yeah, man. Gabe's a tough night's work for any fucking.
I'm just saying, if you're like
shit.
a young contender that's supposed to be like a future champion, you're supposed to destroy guys like that.
I dig that, but if that's the case, then why is David getting sat on his back pocket by Ronald Gavril?
Bong.
That was a flash knockdown.
Oh,
that don't change that it was a knockdown, bro.
That's exactly what Mirage. That's exactly what Mirage said. That's exactly what Mirage said.
Here's the funny shit. Here's the funny shit. All I know is Munguia didn't need 2 Gabe Rosado fights, but fucking Benavidez needed 2 motherfucking Gavril fights.
And McGee,
that's fair, but he was 20 at the time.
McGee, for all his flaws, he's never been on the canvas.
That's my wife is in the background. They argue.
All right.
I just don't get it, man. Like, why does Munguia get the heat but David doesn't? Like, David even had a belt.
It's so weird. I don't know.
Because Dave actually looks like he wants to fight like real people. He's calling guys out.
Why did he resign if that's the case? Why did he resign to the PBC?
I don't believe he wants.
Why did he resign with the PBC?
If he wants to fight,
shit, I don't know. Something you got to ask him.
I used to think I ain't even going front. I gave him the benefit of the doubt for a little bit. Like maybe he want the right people, but yeah, I mean, but
when
then
he resigned, not son.
Because at the end of the day, it really is. And Tom Brown said it himself in the Spence Porter build-up, the press conference for that. He said it himself. When the fighters want to fight, the fights happen.
Hello,
and that's the truth. That is the truth. When the fighters want to fight, the fights happen.
And Jules, what do you always say? It takes 2 people to make a fight, but it takes
only take 1 to fuck it up.
Boom.
2 people to make a fight, but only take 1 to fuck it up. Look. For example, I'm gonna give you an example. I've always said since 2019 when that conversation started, Devin is not ducking Loma, and Loma is not ducking Devin. It's not about them. It's about their promoters. Left up to them, they'll fight. Yeah. What they bought to do, they bought to fight. They not duck. It was never about them. It was because Eddie wanted to get Loma on the zone, and Bob wasn't going to let that bullshit happen. He knew Eddie was going to use Devin mandatory status to try to get Lomachenko on the zone, and he was like, "Nah, fuck that shit. Franchise him. You're not getting my fighter." That's what it was really about. But people don't be wanting to hear the long story. They just want to hear the narrative that, oh yeah, he's scared.
But by the way, Jules, fellas, panel, let me ask y'all a question. It's something I've been actually thinking about for a minute. Let's say, y'all remember when T.O. fought Loma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Loma actually won the fight. Do you guys think he would have fought Devin Haney afterwards?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So do I. I believe so too.
And the same thing I said about Devin when people was trying to talk him down. Content creators, they know who they are. They're, oh yeah, Devin didn't really want Loma. Bro, he was fighting in eliminators for Lomachenko, bro. And your clown ass was literally trying to shit on him, saying this and that. Oh, he an email champion. Why? Because Teofimo says so?
Yeah.
Teofimo's never fucking undisputed.
Teofimo looking, y'all. How you looking? Silly ass shit.
He's waiting to get got. He's waiting to get got.
What the fuck I'm saying that motherfuckers be trying to be cool with everybody. All like, you go ahead with that cool shit, bro. All I know is Devin was looking for that smoke. I didn't doubt that he wanted that fight. I'm like, nah, he want that fight, but it's politics, bro. So he did what he had to do to change his decorum and have the fights that he need.
But he's having it now, so.
And and if it's on pay-per-view, I already said that shit. If that shit is pay-per-view, they got my money. Like, question. Like, hell yeah, I'm buying that fucking fight. And I'm gonna tell other motherfuckers, you need to buy that fight. It's a good ass fight.
Yep. Yo, Jules, I got something to say, and this has been on my mind, and I wanted to bring this up. Yo, Lee Wood fought so hard to become full champion, just so he's gonna lose his belt next month.
He might not.
Well,
Mauricio Lara.
Bro, that's a real fight, man.
All I can say is it's very hard for me to say certain shit with confidence right now because Chris Eubank really
absolutely
the chicken dance.
100%.
And look, there's like expect the unexpected. You hear that shit all the time, but I really was not expecting him to get knocked out like that.
That fight yesterday really showed you that boxing is truly the theater of the unknown. It really is.
No, I know. But you know what though? Like Chris Eubank said all this 50% talk bullshit. I'm like, you know what? Liam, I think is gonna do that. If he's coming in with if Eubank is coming in with that mind state, Smith got him.
True, but also I think that Lara Wood is more of a closer fight than Eubank Smith on paper. Like, because if you really think about it, Eubank was supposed to be Liam Smith. Like, he's tailor made for him.
Mm-hmm.
If you really like break down their styles. But
by the way, Michael, did you pick Liam to win, right?
But
Michael's not on the panel, bro. That's Julio.
But Wood got dropped hard by Mick. Imagine Lara is a harder hitter than Mick.
But Mick is a boxer though.
That's what I was going to say. That Lee Wood is a better look boxing wise. Lee Wood is better than Mauricio Lara, but physically, this motherfucking
he's a Bronco, bro.
He's a fucking Bronco, bro.
Bronco kick, horse kick.
Yeah, and Conlon caught him like with some boxing shit. I think Lara's just gonna try to put it on him. But if you look at it, I think Lee Wood is the more, and Leo pointed this out, Lee Wood is the more polished technician.
That's true.
In the fight. And he's not all that either. But he also has a lot of power.
He just throw these crazy ass punch. He throw these Thanos punches, bro. Like he trying to hit you with the whole.
Leo, are you picking Lee to win?
Nah, I'm picking Lara, but I think it'll be a war. Like, I don't think it's gonna be close until it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got a new panelist that goes by the name Foca Arpa.
Yeah,
Hi.
That's me.
Hello.
My Iberian heart rages with my warrior spirit. Now,
welcome to the panel.
Hello, sir.
Welcome to the fam.
Cool. Now, as I understand it, that there's a lot of I want to make a couple things clear off. First of all, I'm not a troll. I'm a guy that's been sticking around Latino boxing servers. Period. Now, secondly, I'm on this here fucking stream right now, looking for a fight, a real fight, not a backyard fight. I'm talking to get a USA boxing license and train 3 to 4 months, followed by a couple of Discord servers, which will have a following. And when I got a guy ready to pay the motel, not a hotel, it's too expensive. The motel, the fucking plane ticket, wherever you are from Alaska, the fucking
bro, shut the fuck up, bro.
You shut the fuck up.
You fucking idiot, bro. Shut the fuck up. I just let you do something.
What kind of prank shit is this?
What the fuck?
What the hell?
What the fuck was that?
Jules, how did you let him go on for so long, bro?
Around the corner bullshit.
No, because he was back. No, because I don't deny anybody accessibility to come speak their mind. But if you're just gonna be a dickhead, like, no, bro,
I'm looking for a fucking fight. Like
I'm looking for a condom.
A real fight.
A real condom. You don't get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Where coming from, man? Good God.
Looking for a shellacking, like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you need a blowjob. You need a blowjob.
We're a boxing discussion panel. We ain't about physical fighting with nobody.
Bro, what's been in the water recently? Because all the crazies are coming
Nah,
out.
it's not. You know what it really is? I'm gonna tell you what it really is, and I'm not tooting my own horn. It's just that the channel is growing, so it's attracting more crazies. It's attracting regulars. That's literally all it is.
Juju, you at 18,000 subscribers now? Almost
close. I'm getting close. I'm just a few subscribers from that. You know, I mean, just 100. But I get like the number goes up every week steadily, so I already know I'm gonna get there. But it's like, you know, when the channel gets bigger, you get more weirdos. That's all.
Boy,
more weirdos.
Surrounded by idiots.
I want to let him back on. Let me let him back on.
No, don't let him on.
That's what happens. That's what happens to take your fellas. Like how he came on. That's what happens when you take E.
Right, so just some kid, man. It's just some kid. He's real bored, you know, whatever. But yeah, yo, Mauricio Lara and Lee Wood. That's a good ass fight, man.
Yeah, we got better BBR in a week. Hell yeah.
When I see a guy like Lee Wood to the point that Napoli just raised it. Like, damn, dog, you literally just got that belt, and you could nurse it. You could protect it the way that Leo did and fight the Miguel Floreses of the world. You could do that, but instead, you trying to fight El Bronco. Wow,
Bro, like
respect.
But that's
Yeah.
facts though, because like
Respect,
Lee Wood
yeah.
is like a perennial underdog type of fighter. He has every right to like take the victory lap and just like fight a couple cans. And,
Kind of
show
milk
the
it for
belt off.
milk it for a bit.
Exactly,
You know?
but he's
But
going
he
in there
doesn't
with
wanna-
Lara.
And the other thing is that he's fighting this guy. Remember, the last fight that he had was the Conlon fight, bro.
That was like a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You really about to fight Mauricio Lara off damn near a year layoff?
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
So you
Oh
just got,
yeah.
Oh yeah. I
so you
forgot
just
about
got
That's
the
what I'm
biggest
saying.
fucking balls in Nottingham.
that.
Easy.
Yeah.
Lara
Respect.
fought
Yeah.
back in October,
Respect.
so that's not too bad of a.
No. Let Lara's active. He's gonna be sharp.
Yeah,
And you
Laura
know,
had to fight
I
shit.
recently found out that he's been sparring Navarrete in camp.
I
for
saw
this
that.
fight.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
they good. I
God
heard that
damn.
they're good friends, bro. I heard.
Yeah, they are.
friends.
They support.
Too
each
bad
other.
we'll never get that fight. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Too bad they're friends. Otherwise, I would. Oh man, my mouth would drool over a fucking Navarrete and Lara fight.
How come we didn't get undisputed with MJ and Fulton this year?
Did anybody make anybody an offer?
I mean, because it seems to me that Eddie Hearn wants nothing to do with that fight. He says after In No Way
I'm
wins.
just asking you, bro. Did anybody make? Look, let's not play the blame game because I don't even do that with those two. I don't get into the you need to defend one more than the other. Unless Al Heyman made MJ an offer, and unless Eddie made Fulton an offer, playing the blame game is pointless.
Yeah, and he even
Al
said
didn't
like,
offer fucking MJ shit. Eddie didn't offer Stephen shit. So let's cut the shit.
Eddie just said like whoever wins that fight, they'll make the fight. They're willing to make that fight. So if Fulton is successful against Anyway, then we can get that fight. Hopefully.
For real. Shout out to Bobby
Have
Light.
you ever heard Eddie Hearn even mention Fulton's name like before all
Yeah,
of
I
this?
actually saw them correspond. I did a video about it. I did see him. I've seen him in videos mention Stephen for MJ.
Did you hear anybody in Matchroom or sorry, the PBC side of things mention MJ's name?
No, the only one I've seen
Fulton
mention
himself.
Stephen, yeah, exactly, Fulton himself. But my thing is, don't try to put it all on one guy to do the fight. Al could just as easily make MJ an offer as you expecting Eddie to make Stephen an offer. What was he waiting for?
Allegedly, this guy was injured, so that's why the fight couldn't happen.
Oh, so you don't believe that he
all
was
of a sudden?
That's
I
cool.
don't think this guy was actually hurt. I think he just didn't want to fight Fulton.
That's convenient.
That's cool. I mean, that's cool. No, I mean, I feel that way about certain fighters. I don't think that Charlo was injured because somebody that knows Charlo told me that he wasn't injured. They're all the same. I have the same suspicions. But in any event, Stephen Fulton picked up the WBO. What was it in 2020 against Angelo Leo? Was that 2020 or 2021?
Angelo Leo. Yep,
He fought Angelo Leo and he fought Brandon Figueroa in what? That was 2021, right?
Yeah, 21.
Yeah.
So look, you've been a champion at minimum. You've been a champion for 2 years. He was a champion a full year before you. And what I see is I'm not going to play the blame game to do that because, yeah, Eddie didn't make an offer. That's true, but neither did Al. If you was really about unifying, fuck the Figueroa fight. You could have made an offer when MJ wasn't injured after the Angelo Leo fight if you really wanted. He wasn't injured the last 2 years. He got injured after a fight. But you had 2 years to make an offer. And if I'm expected to believe that Eddie Hearn had 2 years to make an offer, but Al Heyman didn't? No, you had the same amount of time to make an offer. Neither of you made an offer. So neither of you were that pressed to do that fight.
Mm-hmm.
You had money to offer Jaime Munguia, though.
Mm-hmm.
Did make him an offer. You have money for Ryan Garcia, too. But did you make MJ an offer? Nah, right? All right, then. So whatever, bro. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's all a moot point. It's all a moot point. That's it.
It's a moot point. Anyway, I'm getting fucking Fulton versus Inouye anyway, so why would I complain?
That's almost as good of a fight or better.
Story. No, that's a better fight.
I believe it when the bell rings.
No, I mean I'm with Napoli. I am with Napoli. That it's this is boxing. Shit is too good to be true sometimes. But if they fight, hell yeah, I'm fucking happy. I like that fight. I'd rather get the fight. I don't want to make a video about why it ain't happened. I'd rather see the fight.
That'd be terrible.
Yeah.
Shit, that's a good.
I want to. Like, I want to see Fulton get out of that locker room, into the ring, and right across from him is Inouye. Other than that, I don't believe it for 1 second.
Well, you know, I mean, a lot of things. The thing is, the time frame. They're talking about May, and I'm not wishing bad on the fight. I'm just saying that, bro, this is boxing. Fucking fights fall apart all the time for any number of reasons. Like they fucking fall apart.
Yeah.
Dude, bro, we were supposed to get Charlo versus Zoo. We getting Harrison versus Zoo. I'm not mad at that fight, by the way.
For the interim, WBO interim.
I like that fight. But
has anybody heard anything from Stefan since the announcement, or no?
Not. I mean, he tweeted a couple of times, but nothing that was.
He said, I've had my city on my back. Now I'm going to have my country on my back. So yeah, that's a kind of indication. Something.
We'll see. Hopefully.
I ain't mad at that. Go
Who
ahead.
you got Zoo Harrison?
I got Zoo.
I got Zoo. I got Zoo because here, like I said, Harrison is on the slide. Unless he has something left in him deep down inside.
Well, he might because he just beat. The other thing is, I'm not going to act like it's just a wash because he actually fought Sergio Garcia. You know Sergio Garcia. That's the dude that made Fundora look shitty.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay. And Tony just decisioned that dude. So it's like, it's a good fight. It's a good fight.
It all depends on how well he can stand up to Zoo's punches. If he can take his punches, it's gonna be a long night for Tim.
I don't think it's just the power. I think it's also the pace. Like we talked about Conlon earlier, and I feel like Tony Harrison is like Mick Conlon of the middleweight division because like he has all the skills. Like he's probably the most naturally skilled guy in the division, but that gas tank and that chin is like
that's the main problem. And he just don't like pressure. That's the main thing, that he really doesn't like pressure. The guys that knocked him out, all them guys got the same fucking thing in common. The only thing that's kind of, Tim is not as physically imposing as Willie Nelson or Jarrett Hurd. He's not as physically imposing as those guys, but he is a mid-range guy like those guys. He is a volume puncher like those guys. He is a pressure fighter like those guys.
Yep. He's a pressure fighter, and he could punch. He could punch. He got the spirit of his father in his punches. You know what I mean?
Volume.
He likes a chin, man. That's the most important thing, and that's why he's gonna get knocked out by Tim.
I just feel like Tony's gonna box, and then later rounds he's just gonna get.
The pressure's gonna get to him.
Tony's got this pattern where he's like winning, but then he just falls short and gets stopped.
He outboxed Charlo in 2 fights.
That's what I see. Like,
it's in Australia, so the other shit is the Australian judges. But really, it's not even exclusive to them. But the kid's got home field advantage, and if the most that you can do in the fight, which I think is what he's going to try to do, is slow down the pace, they're not going to give you those rounds for surviving. They're not. I'm just telling you, they're not. Like, if your back is on the ropes most of that fight, unless you stepping into that 1-2, if it's just 1-1-1 on the back foot, 1-1-1 moving lateral, that shit, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah, Tim's like a fucking zombie. He doesn't stop coming forward.
And Harrison can keep boxing and moving, but as the fight goes on, that Tim is gonna close that gap, like slowly and gradually as the rounds go on, and he's gonna really like tee off on him.
Yeah, that's how I see it. Like I think the later rounds, he's just gonna start beating him up.
And I don't actually think Charlo's coming back to 54. Like I'm not wishing bad on him, but I feel like, look, Spence is going to 54. And Charlo last fought was the Castaño fight. I said it in a video I just uploaded that his last fight was the Castaño fight. And when he comes back, it will have been over a year. So am I intended to believe that he's going to come back after all that time and make 54?
No.
I'd love to see Tony fight.
Let me ask you something about. Sorry, right quick. Let me ask you something about Tim. When he fought Terrell Gausha, when he got dropped in the first round, did y'all think that was due to nerves?
Yes.
I think he just got caught.
Yeah, I guess it's nerves.
I think it was nerves. But the other thing is, look, it could just be like, I'll just take it for what it is. The guy got caught. Who was he in there with? He was in there with a decent Terrell Gausha, decent guy. Not, like the style-wise, because he's not like Takeshi Inoue. Takuma's Inouye's brother. Takeshi's the junior middleweight. He's not like that guy, Terrell Gausha. He box. He ain't just gonna come at you. He box so that you got set up for a shot. It is what it is. But at least you got up though, and that's the main thing. You got up.
After he got, he
See,
put it on his ass for like the rest of the fight.
Yeah.
I was just gonna add, like, I'd love to see Charlo fight Tony at middleweight at 160 for the third
I
time.
think Tony
That would be
don't
great.
belong at junior
Bro,
middleweight.
that's
No,
what I'm
he
saying,
don't.
because I feel like
Yeah.
that's his gas tank issue is how much weight he cuts. And I feel like
Exactly.
at 160
That's a
he'll
good
look
All these guys
he'll
who
look
fight at
great.
150, they're way too fucking big.
And that goes
over
to
there.
Nonito's point about weight bullying's bullshit.
Yeah. That cutting that weight is not an advantage for Tony Harrison. It's not an advantage for him because I really think that he's all these years that he's had these punch resistance issues. I honestly believe it's because you've been at junior middleweight too long. You should have went to middleweight.
Yeah, you should have. That's what I was gonna say. You should have went to middleweight a long time ago.
Bro, can you believe like Liam Smith fought yesterday? Like they're supposed to be in the same weight class. Like get the fuck
That's
out of
fucking
here.
crazy, bro.
He's tiny. That dude is.
He
small.
is though. Like he really looked next to Chris. He looked like a fucking welterweight.
Now, let me ask you this, Jules: Is Tim getting paid to go back home? Paid more than they were going to pay him to come over here to fight Jermell?
More than likely, it's going to be a paper.
Yep.
It's going to be a pay-per-view in Australia. It wouldn't, you know, Drew. That wouldn't be a pay-per-view.
That's
over
crazy. Like how, like Tim fucked up getting in bed with those fools.
I mean, you know what the shit is? I do kind of agree with you, but at the same time, because it's junior middleweight, you got to play the game, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also,
What the fuck? Who's he gonna fight at Matchroom at
all
54?
Tim has to do is get one belt, and he can stay over there.
Legit, like honestly, that's the main thing, that he can get that WBO, and off of the fans that he has already, get that WBO. He'll be all right for a year or two right there, junior middleweight, and you could bring over Kurbanoff. Kurbanoff ain't worth no fucking money, bro. He ain't worth shit. You know, maybe you could get Liam Smith to come down, do a nice little UK. I still want that fight. Liam Smith versus Tim Tszyu is the fight for me.
That's a good fight.
I was just gonna say Liam Smith going back down to 154 for a Tim Tszyu fight would
for the bread, though.
Like, for the bread. Yeah, exactly. And Liam Smith like rescuing his career the way he did. Oh my god! I think like the build up it makes it even more interesting.
You know that I don't like Chris Eubank Jr., right? Like I don't like him, and I'm actually glad he got knocked out because I never really liked him. But being real, that dude is weight drained. That dude is drained. I've watched him for years, and the one thing that he's always had is, that kid can take a fucking punch. You know,
they've even been down.
But I don't. And the thing is, though, Jules, I don't pick him to beat any of the top guys at 68, though.
Hell no, that dude don't beat shit, bro.
I didn't know you were addressing Jules earlier, but I got to ask the Capricorn, how does it feel to be right about the whole 154, 160, 147?
Another day in the life, bro.
Everybody moving up and not going to defend.
Another day in the life. Another day. It's that everybody thinks, this is what happens, I should say, when people out there use words that they don't understand. If I tell you that I think they're going to cycle their guys up, you know why I'm telling you that? It's because it's not a PBC thing. It's a boxing thing. It's a boxing thing. That, okay, well, now I'm going to take my guy from 47 and move him to 54. I'm going to take my 54 and move him to 60. I'm going to take my 60 and move him up to 68. It's a common sense argument. But, you know, everybody likes to use the word narrative without knowing what the fuck it means. That's not a narrative. It's not a narrative. That's boxing, bro. That's what happens. All those guys can stay at those weights forever, and they make it like a PBC thing. I say this all the time. What I notice about the PBC that's different from other outfits is they'll leave a guy at a fucking weight for a millennium. Charlo has been at middleweight for ages. You know, he's been over there since, 2017? We're in 2023, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fucking Shakur done moved up 2 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, Teofimo done moved up to 140.
Y'all think Jamel is busting at the same still?
How long has David been at 68?
You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, Charlo, it's time for him to go to 68, bro. It is. Like, yeah, it's time.
What about Jamel? Is he busting at the same still, y'all think? Or?
I mean, I've never heard of Jamel having weight problems, so I really don't know. I never heard of Jamel having weight problems, to be completely honest with you. But, yeah, you've been at 54 for a very long time.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Jamel's not coming back to 54 now.
I've been saying I don't think he's coming back. Look at when he last fought, and look at that. We don't even have a tentative fight date for when he coming back. We don't know when he coming back.
We don't even know if he started rehab.
Wait a minute. If you're Mel, why would you go to 60? There's nothing up there.
Carlos
Because your
Adames.
brother's leaving at
They can title.
68.
They can title.
Okay, you got Carlos Adames, but look, all the guys are gonna move up to 54 eventually. Spence, Crawford. You could still fight Crawford. You could fight Tim Tszyu. There's
I would
a
like
lot of
to
smoke.
agree with you. I would like to agree with you, but that's wishful thinking. Reality is Jermell, because he's undisputed, he can go up and challenge for a title straight away. And what I think, which is what I said before, what I think is Maul is not going to fight Carlos Adames. Mel is going to fight Carlos Adames, and he will become WBC middleweight champion. I actually like Mel's chances against Carlos more than I like Maul's. Mel is with
That would be a hell of a fight.
Mel is with the shit, and that's why motherfuckers think I hate all the PBC fighters. No, I don't. I like Mel. I think he with shit. He is about shit. He don't fight that often, but he is about the shit.
Call me crazy. I think Mel hits a lot harder than Maul too. What y'all think?
Possibly because Maul has been at 60 too long, and I've been saying that, like, yo, you killing yourself to make 60, bro. And you're not getting stronger. You literally getting weaker. You look like you hit harder at 54 than you do now at 60. Look like you're getting weaker. Whereas,
am I wrong for being optimistic that Fulton and Newey happen? I want it to happen.
I'm not optimistic. I'm gonna let it play out. If it don't happen, I'm gonna be like, well,
exactly.
So lower weight classes, less politics.
If that happens,
possible.
I'm gonna go to that fight.
Very possible.
I'm already annoyed seeing motherfuckers saying, "Well, why does Stefan got to go over there? He's a champ."
Because
those guys are idiots.
Because he knew he's the A side. That's why.
Yeah, like if you was worth the money in America that he's worth in Japan, then he would come to you.
And maybe people don't watch your fights in the States.
Exactly. Like, you follow the fucking money. Inoue is a draw.
And the other shit is and the other shit is these little young ass whippersnappers. You do realize when Mike Tyson fought Buster Douglas, it was in Tokyo, right?
Yep.
Silly motherfuckers. It's like it's only this recent generation of clowns that only know about Floyd Mayweather. And I'm not knocking Floyd because of the same reason. Why? If the money's in Vegas, which for Floyd it was, then you fucking fighting me in Vegas. That's how it works. The money is in Vegas, right? My money is in right. You want to fight me, right? So you need to come to Vegas, bro. Simple as. Follow the fucking money. This is prize fighting.
Some goldfish brain was like, oh, well, too many people in America are going to miss the fight. It should be in America. Like, no, dummy. If it was in America, more people would miss the fight because he's actually a star in Japan.
I would tell you that the numbers that fucking fight is going to do in Japan, bro.
Insane. And then people don't
country
realize Tyson fought 5 times outside of America. Twice in Japan, Scotland, Denmark, and another country in Europe.
And I'll say this too. Same goes for Fulton. Stefan, if you deliver me this fight, win or lose, you got a fan, bro. I don't care if you lose. If you do this fight, if you do this thing, you got a fan, bro. Because I'm a fan of the fights, not the unbeaten records. I'm a fan of the fights.
Yeah, even if he loses, all slander is rescinded. Like,
and there's a rematch clause if Inoue lose.
Shit, let's get this money, yo.
It's kind of like where Lee Wood is taking this fight with Lara. It's like, bro, win or lose, respect. The same goes for Stefan.
Wait, you said there's a rematch clause if he loses?
No. I said whether or not that Lee Wood takes. I mean, Lee Wood is fighting the same. Well, how are we saying we're having respect for Stefan? Win or lose, same thing with Lee Wood and Lara. Win or lose, respect. Same thing with Stefan.
What the people on the other side of boxing don't understand is even if you see behind the curtain and you understand the business and its infrastructure, that's cool for you. But we are still here to see a sport. And you need our money. We don't actually need your content, but you do need our money. So you need to treat this like what it is, a sport. I'm not here to see your fighter take it easy. What the fuck make you think I'm here to do that? You think you gonna get my money doing that bullshit? You're not. No. I'm here to see a motherfucker go for it, bro. I ain't here to see your fighter play it safe. Fuck you think this is, bro? Better fight somebody. And if you lose, I'm gonna still respect you for it. Look, Ray Mercer, Lennox Lewis. How many times do you hear me carrying on about Ray Mercer? Because he fucking fought people, bro.
Yes, he
and
did.
It was always entertaining. Whether it was Demiani or Morrison or motherfucking Lennox, it was always fun to watch.
I thought he beat Lennox, by the way.
Everybody thought he beat Lennox.
Yeah, I thought Mercer beat Lennox, and Mercer had a fucking hell of a chin, man.
Mercer was the fucking dude, bro. Like merciless Ray Mercer, bro. He wasn't playing with people out here. Bert Cooper was a fucking journeyman, but I love him.
That fight with Bert Cooper, that's a classic. That's a classic.
Michael Moore and Bert Cooper, yeah, hell yeah.
Another classic. Another classic.
And even though he got all them losses and he sniffed coke, and I'm still a fan. Why? Because the fucking fights was good, bro. All this shit about and that's why I don't have patience for the Benavidez's of the world. You're not gonna convince me that Devin, who's younger than you, can make it happen, Captain. And you over here with all these fucking violent, man, get that bullshit out of here, bro. You don't want to fight shit.
Yo, dude, no lie. I got a story about the Holyfield Bert Cooper fight. Me being a little kid, Holyfield was the reason why I became a boxing fan. I'm seeing him in trouble and Bert Cooper, like, dude, I'm an 8-year-old. I was about to cry, bro. No lie. You know, I'm like, oh my God.
But Bert Cooper's right hand was no. He had Holyfield damn near gone, like in that third, like done. He was damn near done.
That's what that's kind of what this era is missing. The legendary journeyman, like Bert Cooper was a legendary journeyman.
Oh hell yeah.
What about
Darnell Boone was like
him too.
Because he had losses, but if he hit you with that right hand, you going down, bro.
Guess who gave Adonis Stevenson his first official loss?
First round knockout.
Didn't he drop Ward? Andre Ward.
First round knockout.
He
dropped Ward. Yeah.
What about Chisora? Is he not following that?
It's not that. It's that he's not really from
Emmanuel Augustus. Who remembers that?
Yeah, the drunken
ring. I got a comparison for you.
Yep.
These boxing fans today equate their favorite fans of like the Harlem Globetrotters playing the Washington Generals, and they call it real basketball.
Exactly.
That's Tank versus Nestor Luis Garcia. That's what that was.
Yes. He said Nestor.
Oh, he looks like dude.
Well, they both Dominican, though. You know that, right? They both Dominican. That's Dominican.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, they get high on it. They get their titties in a twist when Tank knocks out an overmatched fighter or an oversized.
And the shit is, for all that bullshit, that dude ain't getting my money yet, bro. Till you fight somebody, you're not getting my money. You know what I mean? When Spence fought Porter on the strength for Sean, I bought that.
Yep.
On the strength for because Sean don't be in boring fights. I know that.
And it was a good fight. It was a great fight.
Good fight. But if you're just gonna be in these suck ass fights, son, and two, Spence is lucky because he know I want you to fight Crawford, bro. On some real shit. And if you don't give me that, I promise you, you will never see my money again. If you fight this fucking bald head motherfucker, this fucking
done.
We done, bro.
Finish.
You're not getting my money. Yo, you're not getting my money in May for that bullshit. Canelo fight in May.
That's such a terrible fight.
We all know he is. Over this. We all know he is, though. He is going to fight Keith. We all know he is.
I know he is, but I'm just saying that they moved it to May, right? Because of what I said. Because I said they're like, you can't do Ryan versus Javante and Spencer Thurman in April. That's 2 pay-per-views from the same platform in the same month. That ain't gonna work.
Well,
if they had any sense, they put them both on the same card.
They moved the shit to Spence Thurman to May now. That's the last thing that I heard. And I'm like, bro, if you move that bullshit to May, Canelo fight in May, right? And you know that I'm about to give Devin Haney and Lomachenko my money in May. You know that, right? You're not getting my money. You're not. I'm just letting you know.
And just so you know, if Canelo fights John Ryder, I'm gonna be watching that. Sorry.
The fuck I look like giving you my money when Devin Haney about to get down with Lomachenko? The fuck? Fucking crazy, bro. You fighting this never was.
I'll tell you.
The legend of Keith Thurman is a joke, bro. Kell Brook was already IBF champion when you won that belt. When you not even won, when you were elevated to WBA champion, because you didn't beat nobody good for that belt. And you didn't have the energy for Kell that you had for fucking Paulie Malignaggi. How the fuck you? What the fuck going on that you shouting across the room at Paulie, bro? Cal is right there.
Do not duck me, son.
Cal, bro, talk
Do
that
not
shit.
duck me, son. Do not duck me, son.
No, son.
Shit. You think Cal? Yo, I'm telling you, 2014, 2015, Cal Brook was with the shit, bro. He was with the shit.
Mm-hmm.
He was with the shit. He came to America for that IBF, bro. With the shit.
That was the funniest shit. Do not duck me, son.
Got whooped by Golovkin and then said, I gotta find my mandatory.
I just find it funny that Earl's best win is pretty much a broken fighter, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, Errol is not I don't think of him as a upper like on an all-time great list. Like, bro,
yeah.
Oh my God.
For Teo, let me say this: for Teofimo and Ryan, you know what's good for them? They better take Regis's dick out their mouth.
They're not gonna fucking park their car next to that man, bro.
Exactly.
All that shit. That's just little kids talking shit. Cause like, bro, if that dude hit you, Teofimo.
Yeah. I mean, see, this is why Mike Tyson's social media is making people too comfortable with talking shit. It's like I find it funny because I read what they say about him, how he talks, and it's like y'all wouldn't say that if he was in front of you.
Even that, like,
yeah, exactly.
Oh, let me answer some of the questions. George said, "Yo, I think it was the weight cut, George. If you want my honest opinion, I think he's cut down one too many times and it finally caught up." Baltimore asked, "Will Better Beef and B-Ball ever fight?" I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think they never gonna fight.
Blame Bob.
I do blame Bob. You know, if
Bob.
you want to know who I blame for the shit, I blame Bob. Here's why. I know what the play is. See, two Russians fighting each other. That shit don't really make money like that. Two Russians. But Callum Smith versus Yard, if Yard wins, that makes money. Also, Callum Smith versus Better Beef in the UK, that makes money. And the play is going to be what I think Frank is going to try to do. Like, let's say Artur win the fight the way many people think he's going to win the fight. What I think Frank is going to try to do is win the purse bid to bring Callum to Queensbury so that he could do the show in the UK and Liverpool. That's what I think he's going to do. But they're not trying to make a fight between two Russians. And what make me mad about that is Eddie could make that fight and he could get them paid. Take them two motherfuckers over there to Abu Dhabi. Take them motherfuckers to Dubai.
Bivol Zerno was in Abu Dhabi. Why not? Shit.
I'll tell you this. I'll take a Callum Smith Archer Better BF fight. That's a hell of a fucking fight right there.
That's an okay aperitif, but it's not.
It's still not for undisputed. Yeah. Still not for undisputed though.
And it's not. And it's not. I know.
I think Bivol Better Beef. I think Bivol Better Beef. That's like it's for undisputed, but it's a fight for more hardcores than like
like Bob. See, the problem with Bob don't see the value in it because he already matched the Ukrainian against the Russian in America, and it didn't get the reception that it deserved. The Vozdik versus Better Beef fight. That was a great fight, but it didn't really have a profile. And he know that. And what Frank sees is, okay, look, let's say my guy loses. Let's say Yard loses. The way we could still get money is if I get Eddie's boy, Callum Smith. Callum is the mandatory. He's supposed to be next after Yard. If we could get together and win this purse bid to bring his bitch ass over here, then I'll promote the fight in the UK and it'll make money. Because other than that, Artur problem is, God bless him, you ain't worth no bread. You ain't worth no bread. Look, why you think they had him fight Joe Smith in New York?
Why is he going to the UK to fight Anthony Yard?
And then why you think they got him going to London? Now,
exactly.
He ain't worth shit. Sorry, he ain't.
And I'm not mad at him. I fuck with him. I like him. But I'm saying that marquee-wise, this a 38-year-old Russian that really don't even be talking like that. He always smiling at people. It is what it is. Like,
Jules, but the honorable Alexis says he's the A side.
Oh God,
bro! If he was the A side, I'm gonna tell you what. If Artur really was the A side, Artur is not based out of Russia. He's actually based out of Canada. And if he really was the A side, all these motherfuckers would have to fly to Canada. He's not the A side, nothing, bro. All right.
Why do
But
I
yeah,
got
the only dude he
I
could
was
coach
saying, like,
coming to Canada was Marcus Brown after all his legal issues and getting knocked out. Like,
That's it. That's the only dude that ended up having to go over there.
Yeah,
Didn't he
but like
fight
I said,
Callum
like
Johnson in the UK?
He did, yeah. He did. that
bro,
was
imagine if
fight.
Bivol beats Canelo twice. Like, there's no way he's not gonna be the A side in that fight.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, like obviously I'm all for Bivol and Better BF fighting each other. But if I had to choose an alternative that is a great fight as a fight fan, I would pick Better BF versus Callum Smith.
How do you get the fight?
That's not
How
a
do you
bad.
get that fight?
Go ahead, Leo. Go ahead, Leo.
How do you got that fight? Callum Smith versus Artur Beterbiev.
Shit.
Who wins?
That might be a banana peel.
It could be because
Better BF is getting old and war torn. You know, that's why I think it's a 50-50 fight. But
and Callum is fucking destroying everything in light heavyweight right now. If he is.
I like Callum.
Yeah,
I like
he is.
Callum's straight punches, but I could see Better Beef's double. I could see him double jabbing his way in and getting around because Callum arms is long. If he get in a high guard, it's a big ass hole right there that Artur could put a punch in there and hurt him.
But Callum, I think Callum is the gatekeeper at 68. I don't think anybody coming up from I'm 75. I don't think anybody coming up from 68 beats Callum. And I don't even think Cerrito could beat him right now.
I think Craig Richards is the gatekeeper at 170.
And Callum looks great with Buddy McGirt. Under Buddy McGirt, he looks.
You don't think he could time? You don't think he could time fucking a Better Beef with that?
No, I do.
Right hand?
I do. But the problem is that can Better Beef catch and shoot? Remember that Callum on the inside ain't got nothing. That's why John Ryder was giving him problems. That if you get close to him, he tall and long, so his arms is just awkward for him to get off punches in close proximity. That's Artur's sweet spot, and all Artur got to do is catch and shoot. Either catch and shoot or double jab, get Callum to glove up, and then once he throw, it's a big old hole right there that he could hit you. And if he don't get in that hole, he gonna split the guard with them uppercuts. It's like it's not hard for Artur to manage that as it seems. Because Callum's best punches is the straight ones, and if you overcommit and he slip, you in trouble.
But he also has that catch.
Like Callum needs to. Yeah, Callum needs to keep the jab in Artur's face.
Yeah, but if you keep look at what happened to Joe Smith Jr. thinking the jab was going to save him. Over the top with the right hand.
Well, I mean, what Artur did in that
fight?
But
with Smith, he was walking forward. With Joe Smith, he was walking forward. With Callum, he's able to use lateral movement.
I'll say that you got Callum's best bet against Artur. Don't step into your jab, maintain distance, and as he's coming forward, you take that half step back and keep using the jab. Because if you step into that fucking jab with that long ass arm, you gonna get Joe Smith. That's what's gonna happen.
I don't even think Artur did to Joe at the end of that first. He walked him into that shot that put him down.
Yeah,
he was on his back foot in that fight, but I don't think he could just beat Artur with the jab. Like Bosley tried it, Marcus Brown tried it. He gets past that shit every single time. Like, I think what Callum needs is that left hook, because that one that he caught George Groves with, and like a whole bunch of other people with, he'll catch and shoot with that one over one of Better Beef's hooks.
That's dicey though, because if you close enough to land a hook, so is he.
Yep. I mean, but what Artur knows how to do, he knows how to cut off that fucking ring. You will not get away from him. He's trying to disarm a bomb, you cannot stay away from him at all. And and tell me, fellas, tell me if I'm reaching here, but I suspect that Artur doesn't have the best chin.
I don't think Callum dropped
because when Callum put him down, he was hurt badly. He was badly hurt. He was all over the place. And I think that he punches so damn hard, his opponents are wary to really go all out because his power is so game changing. It hurts too much.
But more so than the chin, Jay, is I fully expect Artur to be hurt after this fight and be out another 6 months.
Me too. Oh yeah. Let me read the super chat. Isaac G says Thurman couldn't stop talking about his fake one punch power, and Better Beef says his real power is all luck. What a difference in character. Yeah, I would say that's the real difference in Western philosophy versus Eastern philosophy. Them Eastern guys is cold as shit, bro. They really not into talking like that. Thurman, like, bro, you really had to change your name from one time, bro, because, like, bro, you don't be knocking shit out. The fuck you talking about, bro?
Once upon a time.
Yeah, like when do you expect to see Better Be if he wins Jules back in?
Bro,
October,
you know damn good
November?
well, right? At the next week, you know he gonna have like foot fungus or some shit gonna be wrong.
Well, that's if he doesn't lose.
Yeah, Bob's being hard-headed, man.
Gonna be wrong because that's how I go with him. He'll fight and win easy and still get hurt, and win easy but still get hurt, bro. Like
Bob's being a horse's ass. The time to make that fight is now.
It really is.
It really is. I mean, it's like, dude, you're not going to do that. I mean, like, it's only a matter of, like, if you don't make the fight, somebody will get him eventually. He's going to get got.
He is, and then it ain't going to be worth no bread.
Exactly.
Like, I will say this for Frank, it'll be some Cinderella shit. Anthony Bender Yard could win because if he get them 3 belts, bro, it's a wrap, bro. Tunde Ayahi, he gonna fucking go streaking.
They will hold those belts hostage for
Well, that dude gonna run down London. He gonna run down them London streets butt naked, screaming. Be like, they will hold them belts down.
Screaming lines in the camp, shit like they
Lions in the camp, bro.
They will hide those belts. They will hide them in cement. Just pack.
For real, like, and for Frank, it'll be better because you know the Yard versus Smith in the UK. Ooh, that's a money fight. Yard versus Smith, kid from Liverpool, kid from South London. Ooh, that sells. That'll sell.
Yeah, big over there, big time.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what Frank wants. Realistically, though, and I've been saying this, like I said, Anthony has the right style, but not enough experience. He does have the right style. Counter punching, rolling on. It's just that, bro, like you do that shoulder roll bullshit, bro. If he hits you one of them looping shots, bro, you going out, bro. And Yard don't have a
job from Kovalev, though, man. I mean, if
that's what I'm saying, bro.
If touches him, dude, he's done.
Yeah, bro. Like it's just like you got the right style, just not the right experience, bro. Like you really don't. And remember, you got beat by a jab, bro. In Lyndon Arthur. Lyndon Arthur beat you with a fucking jab, bro. Motherfucking Sergey knocked you out with a jab, bro.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm talking about.
Quick question. Is he still gonna have that same fighting style, like the Mayweather fucking type of style that he thinks is gonna work at 175?
He's still using that shit, so you know he's still using that shit. He's still doing that same old shoulder shimmy shunga shit. Like, man, that shit you ain't learned yet, bro. Stop using that bullshit. You ain't James Toney. Stop using that shit.
Who has the worst shoulder roll in boxing?
Caleb Plant.
Bro, that's a fact.
No. Matter of fact, I disagree. The worst shoulder roll in boxing is Teofimo Lopez.
That's true.
He's
also like Arter, like not Arter. He's also like Yard. It's based on his like reflexes.
I remember the Pedro Camper fight. Teal did the weirdest shit I've ever seen. It's like he put both his hands up like he was playing peekaboo or some shit, and I'm like, what the hell is? What is this? Like
I said, I'm not a fan of the shell guard. It's only good when Bernard, when James, and Floyd use it, and the late great Nicolino Loche. But other than that, I don't really like the shell guard, bro. That's just for guys that's trying to look slick, bro. Like, fuck out my face, bro. You got fucking Caleb in the Truax fight. This motherfucker got knots on his forehead. And I'm like, how the fuck you got knots on your forehead if you using a shell guard, bro? What's going on? Them knots should not even be there.
His head is part of the guard.
I'll tell you one fighter from the past that had a pretty decent shell guard, and that's Mike McCallum.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Mike McCallum is seriously underrated. Yeah, you don't get.
But I ain't too good. I'm not too good to appreciate a good high guard like my man Winky Wright with the extra high guard, bro. He looked like Tom Poe in his high guard. Like, bro, why is your hand so high?
Yeah, that's the thing with Winky Wright. He had his elbows on his hips,
like,
and had his guard all the way up. Like, that was great.
Even Floyd would like start fights out in a high guard. Caleb is at the fucking, they're about to touch gloves and he already has his fucking shell up. Like,
Floyd used to alternate the guard. I think he used to use a high guard for southpaws and a shell for orthodox fighters. But I remember Floyd used to alternate his guard. He didn't like you know him for the shell, but I've seen him use a high guard a couple of times, alternate to the high guard. Whereas these guys, they just stick with that shell and you're getting hit right on the top of your fucking dome piece still with that shell.
Bro, Floyd was one of the best to use it, and nobody can use it like him, bro. Let's be honest.
What are the best then, like modern day?
And I also like how James worked off the high guard, rolling counter. I love it. That's why I was a fan of Tevin Farmer, even though he couldn't punch. But he'll work off the off the shell guard, like he'll roll and counter. When he roll a shot, he'll roll it with his shoulder, come back with an uppercut, or come back with a body shot. I love it. Keep the fight moving, keep it going. These guys, they just rolling. I'm just rolling. Like, make the fuck out of here, B.
Yeah. So aside from Tevin, like, who else does it well? Modern day. I know you won't like this, but your boy Jack Catterall, I think he has a decent one.
Oh,
man,
yeah.
Fuck him. Fuck him.
Why?
Doesn't Lerone Richards, does Lerone roll punches off the shoulder? The kid who outboxed Gungara.
I don't know.
I think he does it on the ropes.
It's the only fight I saw him. I got to see more.
Yeah. Nah, Liam, we don't want to see Liam versus Canelo. We know how that's going to go.
No, hell no. Not a rematch.
We know how that's going to go. We know how that's going to go.
Like, Canelo can't even come down to 160, let alone 160.
But I would like to see Liam versus Tim Tszyu. I need that.
What about like if Liam stays at 160 and does you think like he should stay at 160 and try to go for a title shot at 160, perhaps a Triple G fight? Triple G is up there in age. I mean, does Liam Smith have somewhat of a chance?
I don't think so. But
Triple G may be old. Triple G may be old, but his power is still elite. So
Bob did say that he's willing to pay any willing contender a lot of money to fight Yanni Beck. So I say, if you don't do a rematch with Chris, and there still might be a rematch, so don't get it twisted. There might be a rematch. But if whatever's whatever, let's just say either there ain't no rematch or you win the rematch, whatever, right? I wouldn't mind Yanni Beck versus Smith. Smith is about the shit, bro. That dude ain't pitching that kid.
You know what's crazy? Yanni Beck against Liam is good. Yeah, I think it's a
good fight. It's a good fight.
Liam, I don't know if he was joking or not, but Liam said in an interview, like a recent one after the fight, that if he exercised the rematch clause, since he's the A side, he'd want it at like 157, 159. So I know he's small. Like, he's small at 160. So I'd rather see him, just stay at 154.
What is
it? No,
but
I mean,
like aesthetically,
157, you ain't going to die, bro.
Oh my God! Oh yeah. Like, dude, that was the catchway for the Ben fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, he can't make that, bro. Like, y'all crazy.
Also, Lee, because Liam's small for 160, but aesthetically, I would appreciate a Golovkin fight because they're both gonna fight.
Yeah, they are. But I mean, I could say the same for I don't understand why Triple G's not interested in Munguia, bro. I really don't understand that. That's a great fight, man. I would love to see his old ass get the shit beat out of him. That would be really nice.
Jules, you're a sick man.
Nah, like, I'm tired of him, bro. You got 2 belts, bro. Like,
yeah, I know.
He can beat the shit out of Triple G.
Now, yes, because he won't stop throwing. Triple G's Achilles heel are volume punches. That's why Sergey gave him problems. Combination punchers. A guy who's going to throw 3 and 4 punches, not just 1 and 2. If you're just throwing 1 and 2, he'll stay in the fight. But if you can throw combinations, that'll give him problems. And Munguia, when he lets him go, it's about 3-4 punches. It's Munguia shit. His hair start moving and shit. He look more and more like Tong Po every punch he throw. He'll get him. He'll get him.
That's hilarious though. Jonathan Banks, because people would ask him questions like, "What are you trying to get out of Triple G?" He's like, "Yeah, we want more volume and activity." Like, bro, this man is 40. Like,
he is 40, bro.
You're killing this old man.
Yeah, man. It's time to let him retire, man.
You're trying to have him out there gliding around the ring and shit. Like, bro, that dude is 40, bro. Get the Geritol.
Here's something. What is it? There's in talks for an April 15th clash between Joe Joyce and Zhilei Zhang.
Oh yeah, we talk about that.
I got Joyce via KO late round.
I got Joyce. I
don't want to say nothing yet because I haven't done a video on it yet, so I don't want to say nothing yet. But at minimum, I'll say I like the fight. That's a great fight.
Oh, man. It'll be a great fight until Zhang gasses out, and then he's gonna get KO, man.
I don't think he can take Joyce's shots. I don't. Joyce is too heavy. He's too heavy-handed. He really is.
Yeah. Juggernaut Joe.
Juggernaut Joyce, bro. He with the shit.
I want him to fight for a title, man. He's earned it by this point, man. He needs.
No, that guy still. Do you remember how he looked in the Hrgovic fight? In the 10th round, I was like, dude, let this old man to sit down for that second.
Bro, him and Joe are like the same age though.
Yeah, but you know Joe got a better gas tank.
Yeah, he's like a young 37 though, because he hasn't really been there.
I want to see Zhang rematch Hrgovic. I think it'll be.
We might get Joshua versus Hrgovic, man, because if Otto Verlin is fighting White and Zhang is fighting Joyce, that leaves Jermaine Franklin, Philippe Hrgovic, and we know it's not Dempsey McKean because last week they said it's not Dempsey McKean.
Wait, Jules, did you say Otto Verlin is fighting White?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
White
that's a great fight. Wow, that's a good fight. That's a really good fight.
And that leaves Joshua with Dempsey McKean, who they said last week it's not Dempsey McKean. So it's either Jermaine Franklin or Philippe Hrgovic. And Philippe looked like shit.
I don't think Philippe's going to do it. I don't think Philippe's going to take the fight. I don't think so.
No, he'll take the fight for the bread.
So? You think so?
For the bread, like
is that a tune-up though?
No, that's not a tune-up because that's an unbeaten contender.
I agree.
So
unofficially, he has no loss.
I think people are turning on him a little too quick, but we'll see.
No, I mean, what I've liked about Hrgovic is the subtleties in his defense. That's what I've liked about him, at least before that Zhang fight. And the other thing is, I'm not in the business of making excuses for fighters, but I have to wrap my mind around what I saw. That dude was real tight with his dad, and his dad died. I ain't gonna act like that. I'm not gonna act like that's not gonna bother a motherfucker. No, it might, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that going into the fight. Yeah, that really
was tight with his dad, bro. His dad died, and I'm like, and he was with Ronnie motherfucker Shields for that fight.
That don't help.
I told y'all about that Ronnie Shields. I'm like, bro, I don't know why the fuck people think he a good trainer. Everybody with him be looking like Kaka. Laura look like Kaka with him. Motherfucking Maul look like Kaka with him. Hrgovic look like Kaka with him. I don't know where he got this reputation for being this great trainer, but
his daughter's great. By the way, his daughter Clarissa's a great fighter. So.
By the way, he was in Tyson's corner when he got knocked out by Lennox.
Daughter, bro.
By the way, I like to bring this up. Remember, he was in Tyson's corner when he got knocked out by Lennox.
Bro, that's everyone says. No, listen, and they'll say Tyson's old trainer, Ronnie. Like, bro, you ain't Kevin Rooney. When people think of Tyson, they think of Kevin motherfucking Rooney Tyson. Not Ronnie Shields Tyson. Fuck out of here.
Yo, Jules was I remember I think it was in one of your relays, and I was reading the comments section, and somebody mentioned that about James Ali Bashir, a Kronk, Emmanuel Stewart protege trainer being a very good choice for AJ. Now, what do you think of that?
He trained Usyk.
Trained Usyk, yeah, exactly.
I don't mind it. I actually like it a little better than Derek James. I don't like
me
Derek,
too.
Not that Derek is a bad trainer, not that he has too many star clients. I feel like between Spence and Jermel and Frank Martin, you don't want somebody that has to divide their time. I said this before that I feel like AJ wants like a Rocky and Mick kind of deal. That the trainer, he just has this fighter so they can really focus. And, he could probably get that with James Ali Bashir because I don't even think James is training fighters like that. Last person I seen James Ali Bashir training was Ivana Habazin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Training fighters like that, like not that many. Bro.
AJ was fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when that piece of shit assaulted the man. I remember that.
Yeah. If AJ was gonna fight Wilder just for kicks, I would say AJ should hire Breland just to mess with Wilder.
Yeah.
That'd be funny as hell. That'd be funny as hell. I mean, just put him into the team, in some way.
What's Wilder going to do if he beat Ruiz, though, on some real shit? What is he going to do, man?
Well, that means he effectively has earned another shot at Tyson Fury, correct?
Man, he'll probably fight Daniel fucking Dubois after that, bro.
He'll fight Ali Demirezin after.
Motherfucking Wilder, bro. Shelly Finkel asked Frank about him months ago. Shelly Finkel said verbatim, I was talking to Frank. We're good friends. I was talking to Frank. And I talked to him about doing Wilder versus Dubois. He said that. Dubois get knocked the fuck out, bro. He get knocked the fuck out. Like, y'all know I ain't crazy about Wilder. But
I'm the contrarian when it comes to Daniel Dubois.
Bro,
I'm still on the Dubois hype train.
I'm on the Carolyn Dubois hype train.
I'm on that one too.
Yeah.
By the way, fellas,
Daniel's train is like crashed, man.
Yeah.
By the way, fellas, quick question. I know this is random. I'm actually booking a flight. Should I get flight insurance or protect my trip insurance?
Nah.
Where you
Nah.
flying to?
I'm flying first class, so you know.
How
where you
far?
flying
How
to?
far away is it from today? From today into your trip?
What is the
I'm leaving in 2 months in March, late March.
2 months. If you don't foresee anything coming up that's going to stop you from getting on that flight, then
don't do it. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
For sure.
Like if you flying
Shit,
somewhere
feedback.
weather issues, yeah, but
Daniel is shit.
Nah, you don't see a scenario where he beats Deontay Wilder, a 40-year-old war-torn Deontay Wilder.
No. I think
who
Deontay Wilder
can't
beat
fight
him.
on his back foot, who's been in.
You think Daniel could put him on his? The thing is,
absolutely.
Look. This is the thing. Can he put him on his back foot by stepping into his jab? Yes. But what's Wilder's first reaction? Throw the right hand.
Throw the right hand. Yeah.
Daniel doesn't fucking move his head.
That right hand is gonna land.
Imagine Daniel. He's shooting a jab. Deontay backing up, and as Daniel steps in to bring over the right or whatever, it's over, bro. The fight is over.
And like Wilder has like an uncanny accuracy landing that right. It could just come in like a split second.
Only fucking punch he knows how to throw.
I but
I give him credit for being able to land it the way he does.
You don't think
his back through the rows, man.
So you don't foresee a 40-year-old Deontay Wilder ever losing a fight against a young, athletic type of heavyweight who can punch hard? Like, is that an insane?
It's not insane.
And then it's not just Daniel though. He has Shane McGuigan in this corner. Like I like those odds.
Look, you believing that Daniel could win the fight. It's not that it's crazy. Like, that's not crazy because, Wilder is getting old. He had surgeries. The 2 fights with Fury were very physically taxing. So it's not crazy. It's just that when I look at Daniel for that fight, you got the main thing that he need to knock you the fuck out. And that's that you don't move your head. You don't move it. You know? That's why you kept getting hit by that jab, that slow-ass jab from Joe Joyce. Because you don't move your head.
But I think if any athletic heavyweight could stand a chance against Deontay, is Jared Anderson. I think
I would pick Jared. Honestly,
I think he beat him today.
Yeah, like more than Daniel. Because the main thing is, if you force Wilder to fight, he's gonna resort to what he knows. And what does he know? Throw the right hand.
That's it.
That's what he's gonna. And you will get the whole, like, your head will land in the rafters. Your head will clean off and land in the rafters.
I think Jalilov will beat Wilder today.
Oh, I think Jalilov will beat Wilder.
Oh, yeah.
I think he will beat Wilder. I believe that. But we talking about Zaniel, and son. Nah. You get got, bro. You will get got. Real shit.
Any other young up-and-comers? Makhmudov? You think of Makhmudov?
Yeah, Makhmudov is pretty good. I want to really get a look at that kid that Frank Warren just signed. I want to
Moses Atuma. I heard about him.
Yeah, I want to get a look at him. I didn't get to see Frazier Clark yesterday. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know how he looked.
It was oh Lord. He went. I think he stopped the guy, but it wasn't really an impressive showing, more or less.
Yeah, I know motherfucking Joseph Parker didn't impress nobody yesterday.
Well, what do you think of I like Fabio Wardley?
I like Flavio. I fucks with my man Flavio.
He's good, but he's limited.
But he's a fighter, is what I see. That I'm with you. He's limited, but he's a fighting ass motherfucker. Like, nah, that motherfucker fight because he just a fight. It ain't because he got a pedigree. All he got is a couple of white collar fights. But he is a fighting ass motherfucker. Like,
the main thing I like about Fabio is, like, if you hurt him, he will fucking get you out of there or drop your ass. He will.
He hit harder than, like, he don't look like he hit that hard, but you see what he did to Nathan Gorman.
Yeah.
Nathan was trying to get wild with him, and he had to calm his ass down. Like, hey, yo, fam.
Hey, this door staying shut, bro. You can't come in here.
And I think Frazier Clark has been calling out Fabio Wardley.
He is, but he doing, like, this the thing. Motherfuckers ain't dumb over there. You know damn good and well Flavio is on the zone. And you on Sky. What we talking about, my guy? What we really talking about? Cause what? Cause you gonna go to the zone? Oh no, cause you think the zone just gonna send you Flavio. Flavio is buzzing, B. He beat the shit out Nathan Gorman, bro. That was a nice ass whooping. That was a good ass fight.
Hell yeah.
It was blood. It was drama.
It was knockdowns. Like,
bro, Nathan Gorman has the worst style for a heavyweight because he's like a boxer and he can't take a punch and he has no power. Yeah. Like, you're a lightweight, bro. You're a 6'7" lightweight.
You need to go to Bridgerweight, bro. Ain't no reason for you to be up there with them people, bro. You need to go to Bridgerweight. Lose the spare tire and go to Bridgerweight.
Get on keto.
Word. Word. Go down there with Oscar Rivas and Alen Babic. Who won the fight? Gorman or Babic?
Babic.
Probably, right? Yeah. He just throwing in his crazy ass Croatia punches. Babic.
Babic Wardley would be a great fight.
I mean,
that's a monster fight.
Alen Babic in his interviews is fucking hilarious. I fucking holler every time he talks.
I think Babic actually wants to be knocked out. I think he actually wants that.
He said, "Come, take my zero. Come on, fuck, take my zero. Take my zero. Take my zero."
Bro, he sound like somebody hit pause and play at the same time on please.
I remember the build up.
He sound like a motherfucker that got a unibrow. That if you could imagine a motherfucker with a unibrow voice, Alen Babic.
I remember the build up to the Shondell Winters fight, like him and Shondell talking about like, Shondell, I ain't worried about your game plan, bitch. And he's like, bitch, don't call me that. Like,
bitch,
don't call me that.
I fucks with some fucking call me that. And that's boxing fans gotta. That's the other shit. I'm not even saying it for the UK boxing fans because they know how to have fun. American boxing fans need to remember it's entertainment. Have fun. Stop attaching all the bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's not personal. Like,
like stop attaching all this outside shit. Bro, when you go to see a fight, it's for entertainment.
Watch the fight and have a good time. Enjoy yourself.
And the other shit is, it don't gotta be two champions. It don't gotta be two this or two that for it to be a good fight. I like fights sometimes where the motherfuckers really ain't that good. Cause that's how I know they gonna go at it. Like, look, Alen Babic don't have a title. Fabio ain't have a title. But I tell you what, you could charge me $80 for that shit.
I'll pay.
Watch that shit.
Yeah. I go to the fights. I always go early.
By the way, did y'all hear what Hector
on TV are the best ones?
Hell yeah. But did y'all hear what Hector Garcia said about his loss? He said, "Oh, the loss came because the disruption in the crowd or something like that." I'm like, bruh.
It threw off his timing, he said.
If you don't get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. And I'm Dominican telling you to get the fuck out of here.
Shout out to the boxing.
What the fuck you talking about, bro? Like,
but I actually, real quick, just to pivot back, like I saw footage on that prospect you guys were talking about, that Frank Warren prospect. The amateur footage looks good. He looks like a Richard Torres type, but I don't know. I gotta see.
Richard Torres. Richard Torres. That's my man.
Hell yeah.
Fraser Clark is good too, but he's been matched up terribly so far, and he even admits it. Like
that's Ben Shalom. That's Ben Shalom. You got the whole Sky Sports budget to get you fighters, and you out here with these guys, man. It's like, nah, son. You an Olympian. Like, if anything, Fabio Wardley should be the guy that's taking, like nobodies and shit, because you an Olympian. You know what I mean? You got the background and all that, so they need to match him better, man. They really do.
Speaking of which, y'all seen the movie Casino? Y'all remember that front man? I remember that front man that Kevin Pollak played, who like didn't run shit. He was just like the face.
Okay,
that's what Ben Shalom. That's what Ben Shalom reminds me
of. Where is whatchamacallit, bro?
Who?
The dude from Sky.
Adam Smith.
Yeah, what the fuck is he, man?
Bro, Eddie Hearn's gone, bro. He's not getting no clout anymore. He's about.
But what happened to Adam Smith, Sawab? Like, did he get in some trouble with some shit?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Fuck no, I don't watch Sky Sports. Last year they fucked, bro. What did they give us last year besides maybe one or two fights?
They did give us Shields versus Marshall. I did enjoy that.
Yeah, that was a good ass card. That was a good ass card.
Yeah. But I do agree with you also that, like, look, I was watching a React-Poor fight yesterday. I ain't going front, man. I did pick Richard to win.
Premature stoppage.
He didn't look as how I thought he should look, But then again, Glavatsky is a southpaw. He's a former champion, so
solid guy, pretty much.
Yeah, he's only lost to the top guys. So
like React-Poor looked kind of because I was like, okay, React-Poor is fighting somebody that Lawrence Okoli knocked out. This will be a good like to see like if he can make a huge statement and get him out more emphatically than Lawrence Okoli did. I mean, he seemed kind of flat.
When I look at the guys that got the belts, all right, I saw him and I'm like, you're not ready for J.O. Pataya.
No.
No.
And now that Goulamarian, if you would have caught Goulamarian on the humble when he was inactive, then I would have gave you a shot. But now that he's fought, he has had a fight. For those that don't know, he had a fight a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago.
In like 3 years or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? But he had a fight, so, and he's the kind of guy, he want to brawl, he want to bang. So I'm like, nah, I don't think you're ready for Goulamarian. And I know you're not ready for Lawrence. Lawrence will put us all to sleep.
Makabu who beat. Makabu who knocked out.
Including the audience.
Makabu
Maybe he'll knock out. Because remember, Makabu is a southpaw, and he do hit hard.
Yeah, he does.
He hit hard.
Yeah. Like Opataya and Okoli.
Whoa.
That's a good fight. It's a good fight.
With you.
Good fight.
I'm gonna go in those kinds of matchups. The spoiler, much to the chagrin of all of us, but the spoiler usually wins, and Lawrence is the spoiler.
Yeah.
The tentacles of Lawrence, Lawrence's tentacles, his grab, and then his phantom right here. Yeah, he'll win. He'll win.
See, that's how I see it. Like, I think Jay is just gonna box him and then get caught with the right hand.
The thing is that Jay has it. Well, I don't even know, man. The dude got his jaw broken 2 places. So does he have a chin?
Like, what's going on with him? Like, when's he cut? Like, what's the status?
No. The shit was. We knew that. Like, they said it immediately after the fight. That dude was taking the rest of the year off, bro.
That fight was a while ago. So.
I know, but it's that the dude got his jaw broken 2 places, bro. It wasn't just his. Both sides is broke, bro.
But it did bring a smile on my face when he did win. Because, it's just because Bridges was getting on my nerves. He really was.
Bridges was just wasting everybody's time, bro. Like
calling out Jake.
The whole Super Mario outfit and all that.
Making Labia look bad.
Jake Paul.
Revoked, bro. Like your Capricorn card is revoked. You a dickhead. You literally cut a record.
All I know though is that fucking jab and grab shit with a Coley isn't gonna work at heavyweight.
No, absolutely not. But he'll beat a lot of guys at cruiserweight with that shit, though. He will beat a lot of guys at cruiserweight because there's not a lot. He has a lot of reach. And look, for what it's worth, he does have a good right hand. It's a strong right hand. And, I don't think – but I agree. At heavyweight, that shit ain't going to work.
Does he rematch there's a Reactor rematch Bill and Smith, y'all think that happens?
He might as well. They both over there.
Question: did you guys see that video where Fury was saying Jalalov scared him?
Nah.
No.
Yeah, I saw.
But I believe
on YouTube. There was a video where it had Fury quoting Fury that Jalalov scared him.
Well, that's another motherfucker with a unibrow, bro. Them guys, man. Like the fact that you come outside every day with that unibrow. You just tough, just off that. Like you a tough guy coming out with that unibrow, bro.
Either that or you just
that shit connect like sideburns.
You look like you walked out of a horror movie, maybe.
That dude, and that's a good dude. Jalov is a good dude. He needs more fights. He needs more exposure. But his problem is you're an Uzbekistan fighter, so you're not gonna have that fan base. Like if you're a Mexican fighter, you have the Mexicans that you can cater to, or the Puerto Ricans you can cater to, or the Americans you can cater to, yada, yada, yada. But you're from Uzbekistan. So the only way you could really gain traction is wow factor. Like, like a violent fucking knockout or violent knockouts. It's the only way because motherfuckers just not going to gravitate.
Who's he signed to?
Fucking Lou DiBella.
Oh, wow.
He's with Lou DiBella?
Fucking understand that shit. How did you get that?
You should go to Matchroom because they're giving all opportunities to Uzbekistan fighters. They're doing the same thing with Uzbekistan fighters that the PBC does with the Dominican fighters. Like they have a lot of them. They're pretty good though.
But the guy's talented. And I do agree he should go to Matchroom because Matchroom is a more international outfit and they have a lot of familiar faces they could put you in there with.
Yeah.
He's with Lou, and Lou has this vendetta against fucking Eddie. Like, I don't even understand. Like, bro, what the fuck are you so mad at? Just work with the fucking guy and give me some fucking fights, bro.
Because he's not from America, and he's coming over here.
He's on that train with Bob and the rest of them, man. That's all.
Fucking shit,
bro.
Man.
That's why you got to get Eddie on the show so we can ask him about this type of shit.
Yeah, I really do I gotta do that this year, but I'm probably gonna get a little bit starstruck because it's Eddie Hearns, bro. That's the dude. Bro.
Don't get starstruck.
Fast car Eddie. Shit, fast car Eddie.
Fast car Eddie, bro. You know
Listen, Jules. I'm gonna call you out for your bullshit. You've been saying it for 2 years now. Give us what the fan wants.
I said it last year, motherfucker. I ain't even say it for 2 years.
Give us a Hitman Eddie Hearns interview.
Stop being Al Heyman. Give us what we want.
Julius Heyman.
Oh God, that sounds terrible.
Premier boxing talks.
Well, look. On that note, I'm gonna close it out. I catch y'all on the next live. It was a good talks. See y'all on the next.
Definitely.
Night,
Have a good one, bro. Good night, y'all. Be easy.
Have a good night.